Moment.
We made it to 150. This is episode 150, baby, of a toy kind of mood, and we got a murderer's row of G.I. Joe classified reviewers here for you today. So, yo, Joe, I'm Travis Moody, and I couldn't be more thrilled. And look who made it just on time. Yeah, you did it. But let's introduce everyone else first. My co-host, dude, 150. Romo,
150.
happy holidays, man. What's up?
150. Merry Christmas. Hope everyone's Christmas was good. Hope you got some good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of fun. Glad you guys can make it.
All right, we'll clock around the room. We've got the returning man, a punk with toys. What's up, Lawrence?
Hi,
Barry and
guys.
Roman.
Here's Roman.
There's Roman.
Hey, buddy. Over there.
All right, I can leave now. I saw Roman.
The big dog.
The big dog.
All right. And Baldy in the house. Hello, neighbor. What's up?
What's up, neighbors? Yo, guys. How was everybody's Christmas?
A lot of fun. A lot of fam came over.
All right.
Family, tamales, loving it.
That's awesome.
Wonderful. But barely late, but he made it on time. It is the most prolific Joe reviewer there is in classified line. It is B's Battlegrounds. Uncle Bobby B. What's up, man?
How's everyone doing? Sorry, I'm a little late.
Nah, you weren't. You made it.
You're good, man. You're good.
Did you find that mint green for the winter troopers yet?
I haven't, and I've asked so many people, and they've put me in touch with so many other people, and nobody has ever heard of that.
Like I said, it's in the future, so maybe the future the snow is mint.
But apparently so.
Even Bobby has a beard on this episode. Last time you were on the show, you were clean shaven. So
yeah, we're allowed them.
No,
we're allowed them until we found out today. We're allowed them until the end of March now. So
Welcome to
the
club.
My job only allows this. That's it.
That's what's up. So I got to ask you guys, just speak out loud if you did. Did anybody get anything Joe related for Christmas?
Nope.
I got a tin movie poster of the 1980s movie. I don't know where I put it though. It's like it's small.
That's what's up. How about you, Baldy?
Well, you guys froze up on me for a second, so I missed the question.
Oh, all right. We all froze? I thought it was just Bobby that froze.
That was Bobby.
Oh, my bad.
Everybody froze.
I think
I was
Bobby's
just
in
asking
Ryan's cave right now.
Did you get something for Christmas, or did you get yourself something for Christmas? Baldy.
Okay. Yeah, I got something for Christmas. I never got a Funko Pop before in my life. And my daughter got me Snoop Dogg.
Awesome.
I don't see how it's Joe related,
Not a
but
Funko Pop
icky.
guy.
That thing's huge.
Yeah. It's
Massive.
huge.
So.
I guess, if you're going to do it right.
All right.
Oh, yeah. That's what's up. Let's say hi to some folks real quick. We got Christopher Sandolfo. Let's go. That's right, baby. Pains, toy samples, and
What's up,
he's
Aaron?
not wrong. Lots
Hey,
of
Ron.
nemesis. Not nemesis. Is that what we're gonna say? It nemesis. Lots of nemesis in this chat. Yo, Joe.
There's
Christmas.
only one
Eve.
nemesis.
Yeah. Optimus
JD.
Prime. Nemesis
JD
Optimus
Wendy.
Prime. Yo, Joe. Ready to go. Hello. Cool. All right. Well, I did get something. I
There
do
we
want to
go.
give a shout out to my guy Lance. Thanks for the amazing Christmas gift. I did a little review this morning on the this custom 3D printed Cobra Snake
Wow.
battle armor. So go check it out. It's a fun little review, fun little piece, nice for dioramas and so forth. So cool to get something Joe related. Sadly, I didn't get. Did you guys get your 3D? Not 3D, the Art of Collecting G.I. Joe book yet? The massive omnibuy.
Not yet. I haven't even got the shipping notice yet, but I've got everything else. But Fulfill Right's supposed to let you know, and not
So
yet.
actually, check your junk mail. It came from some totally random email that didn't say fulfill right, didn't say 3D
Oh
Joe's.
wow.
It was in my junk mail and it's coming tomorrow. I was like, what? I didn't get a tracking for this yet. And it's arriving tomorrow. So check your spam, your junk. Check your junk, boys.
Just my kid is in here talking about I can't even go. All right, Aaliyah, it's right here. It's right here, little girl. Right.
David, what's up, man? DWH, what's up? A lot of folks in here. Thanks for showing up. We're gonna of course on episode 150 we're talking GI Joe Classified best of, but before that, this did come out today, so I do want to bring this up to the chat. You guys didn't get your omnibus, but did you get Duke #1? Anybody pick this up today and give it a whirl?
Not yet.
Not yet, man.
Is it all Transformer crossover? The Duke and CC?
Energon universe is, but it's, man, I read it. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's I think they're walking that great fine line where it's there. There's definitely a page on it, but it feels like a GI Joe, like a noirish. You know, you don't have to worry about it being like every page being Transformers versus GI Joe. I think they're kind of doing the right thing with this one.
I don't collect comics, but if you can tell me that Duke takes a snake through the heart and finally dies, I might start buying comics again and reading it.
Well, man, no love for Duke.
Ex-Duke.
No love for Duke. He hates Duke like
Wow.
Cobra
Worst
Lock.
GI Joe leader ever.
What?
Damn, what? Not in the book, not in the comic.
Anyway,
Gotta go by the comics, not the cartoon.
We're getting a lot of folks telling us what they're getting.
Yeah.
Here we go. Master Chief makes the best snake armor. He used magnets. Yeah, this one has magnets in the legs. So
They'll call Mattson.
very cool.
Okay.
Oh, shout out to GI Joe _customs. That's who made the snake. I did not know that before doing the review, but I did put his eBay store in there.
Nice.
And of course, Diane is gonna. It's her day. It's like her. It's her Christmas, New Year's, and birthday all wrapped in one when Duke #1 come out. So,
Nice.
congratulations on the release, Diana Davis. So
Nice. Shout out to Giles Gifford. It's his birthday today. So shout out to Yojo ARAH, man.
oh yeah, for
Happy
sure.
birthday.
I gave him that's lovely because I gave him a shout in the review. Dude,
Nice.
this is breaking news. Viper Island told us we're getting Jurassic Park GI Joes. Amazing.
KJ.
Roll with
Must
that.
be coming out after the Python Dr. Mindbender.
KJ would buy him too.
the sad thing is, he may have actually said that, and no one here would know if KJ is lying or not.
Right.
I think this is a good one. Lawrence, I know you're not, you said you're not collecting the comics, but if you can find a PDF or something, you might dig it, man. Go check it out.
Comic online, comic free online. I'm sorry, but I do that. I read that.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, moving on to that. We can't talk about the best without talking about the worst. We didn't even bother doing a list because we all know who it is.
Oh my goodness.
Would you guys disagree? I mean, it has to be the Falcon.
No. I replaced it as soon as I got it.
I think
No.
we
The
all
entire
did.
internet.
Yeah, and a lot of people followed suit. I tried to give them options.
Shout out to Chaz, the guru, on this one.
That's
Yeah, what a
funny.
horrible looking figure.
So I think the worst part about this is everything else is good on the figure.
True.
Everything
Yeah,
else.
it's just the head. The head
Yeah.
destroys
It's
it.
just
That's-
Push it out
so-
with Dusty. You're good to go.
I mean,
It's
Hasbro
so
gave bad
bad.
head one time, so you know.
Guys, I wanted to give some background, and I know almost everyone watching the show knows you guys, but I brought you guys together because for those who mostly, I know we all cover the other things, but who mostly or solely review Classified, you guys are definitely the ones
Hold
you
on.
think about.
Highlight
Go ahead, Punk.
highlight
Go ahead,
past the
Punk.
Pierogi.
wait,
Highlight
wait.
past the Pierogi.
I didn't understand that.
Highlight past the Pierogi.
Oh, there you go.
God damn it, I don't have the control of the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, knock it off now. Hide that. Bam.
We're gonna need to spend
Only me and
any more
Travis
time
got
talking about
control.
Falcon. He's awful. But look, the way I look at it is Bobby B, prolific, early, concise. He's got the military mind. He gets to the point. Punk, also prolific, brings some charm, compares the O-ring to modern, and he takes time with that articulation. Baldy also compares O-ring to modern, super creative, loved the brief history lessons and the superb editing. And Romo, you need to start comparing classified to your customs. We need you to get on the reviews because who else is doing that, man? Come on, do it.
But I can't even. How do I point to Punk? He says that too.
You got to do it, Tom.
All the time.
Yeah. KJ hooked me up an intro and an outro. I just got to put it together.
That's what's up.
You know what the difference between you and other customizers is? One, your shit looks amazing every single time. But two, it's you're not saying that Hasbro stole your designs. That drives me insane, man.
Right? Oh shit!
Actually, I think he says that every time.
They got a camera in here.
This is a good question. I'll actually ask you guys before we even get to our list. Did price or value pertain to any of your picks, or was it mostly you picked, no matter what the price was, you picked the best? Did anybody here you just jump in if his value had anything to do with it?
I picked no matter the price. I didn't even pay attention to that.
Yeah, because a lot of us were buying from overseas for 2 and 3 times the cost. So I don't think we're waiting
all
for
these
Ross.
dudes. All y'all was.
Yeah. I'm guilty. Yeah. Not anymore.
Oh, really? I wouldn't know, Travis. You bought from overseas? I didn't know.
Look who's talking, punk ass.
Wait. Is Canada overseas?
Yeah, exactly. CMD is all right.
All right, you got me there.
CMD is only all right if you get your order in quick.
Yeah.
After they get it in stock, that price jumps up.
Right?
Not always.
Because it was
right?
the Spirit Wave, I think, is when it started.
Oh, don't say that. That's when Moody got it first from me and KJ were pissed. He got Storm Shadow, Spirit, and who else? He got.
I got him from Dorkside. I got him from Dorkside.
Dorkside.
Oh,
yeah. You got him early too,
Dorkside did get those early.
They did.
R.I.P. Dorkside.
R.I.P. Dorkside.
Cool. So check it out. We have just a little bit of rules. The first pick we're going to do right now is a dark horse pick. And basically, the dark horse for us is going to be just a crazy, kooky, just crazy character repaint, just something left field. I wanted to add a little fun, so maybe spicing up our list, kind of give some love to the repaints, because without the repaints, you don't get new molds. Everyone knows that. Then we're going to have 3 honorable mentions each, and then our top 5. Look, we're going to share a lot of the discussion to save time, but we won't reveal our number ones till the end. So if someone picked in their honorable mention someone else's number 1, we'll save the number 1 chatter for later. So, but cool. Let's get right into it, boys. All right, Bobby B. Your dark horse was Cobra Officer Volume 1. Got it.
Absolutely. As far as this figure goes, he's awesome. It was a great combination of both the trooper infantry and the officer. And then moving forward, if we're going to see blue shirt repaints in the future, I hope it's this exact setup with the arm guards, the web gear, and everything.
Mm-hmm. For sure. All right. I love it. See, told you he was concise. Did anybody almost put this on their list? I believe it's the only time we see this one.
No.
Yes and no. Yes and no.
You guys are all we're going to say one word answers now. Bobby V's here. Okay. Next up, Punk with Toys, Range Viper was your dark horse. He is a kooky character, but a very good one.
I always thought this was a stupid O-ring. It looked like he had a giant head, and I didn't think that I'd really care for him. And when I got him, you can tell that the brain is a helmet, not a brain.
Right.
So I mean, it was cool. You didn't make it. It didn't make it seem like it was some crazy zombie figure.
Mm-hmm. For sure. I think he's definitely one of the best. Came with a lot of accessories. Was a Walmart exclusive, but wasn't that hard to get. for a Walmart exclusive, right? I mean, no one had any trouble, and I think we got Baldy has it in hand. He's really going to slow up the show with his in-hand stuff, but so don't blame me.
This is the O-ring.
Oh, he's got the O-ring. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, beautiful. I don't know why you don't like that, punk.
It was awful.
Are you wearing a Golden Girls Christmas sweater?
I think I was out of Joe when he came out.
What was that, Bobby?
Is he wearing a Golden Girls Christmas sweater?
I
That's awesome.
believe it, man.
Wait, let's get that. Let's get that back. Let's get.
Should be
let's
our
get him
faces
back
on there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
That's right.
But
You
come
better
on,
That
believe
is
it, man.
amazing.
It's one of my all-time favorite TV shows, and I've got the entire line from is it Nika or NECA? What do
NECA.
you guys say?
NECA?
NECA.
So,
I'm
want a
curious
quick little story?
what Bobby says.
NECA. I know that everyone hates how I talk. I say NECA for that.
So,
It's Zartan.
So-
Yeah, Zartan.
can I tell a quick little story about the Golden
Yes.
Girls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first girlfriend in high school, I used to watch the Golden Girls like this, and you can put the rest together. I watched like the whole series upside down because other things were happening.
Wow.
Was she a golden girl? Was she an actual golden girl though? That's what we
She in
need.
her golden years.
Not at all.
Are you saying she took her
She
teeth
had
out?
golden years. Who needs to talk about toys? We could talk about his love life.
Wow.
Well,
Woo!
Yeah, thank you
Oh,
for
man.
being a friend.
I was just
Great
talking about
back
watching
then.
the Golden Girls.
Golden Girl.
I don't even want to talk about toys after that, man. What the-
Three's Company.
A lot of beard love and a lot of Golden Girls
Hey,
love.
I came to finally give you guys some excitement on this show.
Damn.
Oh, shots fired. All right. Coming up to talking about beards, we got another Cobra Officer. I kind of call it the Python Infantry Officer, whatever you want to call it. But go ahead, Baldy, take us through this one.
All right, listen. I really liked the execution on this one. Now, neither one of them are officers. They're both troopers. They're missing their I'm surprised nobody has even talked about this, but they're missing their badge here. This is the officer. Right? Not one of these officers has that. Right? They've just got the trooper design. So it's a missed opportunity. I think that Hasbro missed the mark on that, but I do love this figure because it allows me to make something like this. This is an all black trooper. I think it just allows a lot of neat combinations when you start taking them apart, and this is like the Ultra Python Patrol. So you can have a lot of fun with these. So I think that they're really going to open it up. I think this is the most customizable. That's why I picked that one.
Right. Well, we have a customizer right here, and he's not a big fan of Python Patrol or Tiger Force. But after you see what Zen has done, does that kind of open your eyes as to some possibilities to play around with, or no, you just good?
Well, I mean, unless I paint the whole thing. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the grid, but that was cool, Baldy. I like that. But
yeah. I can't paint like you, so I'm gonna go for the easy customization. And I thought this came out kind of badass. Just all black accents. So I'm sure that Hasbro's gonna package this up for us at some point. Then I can say, hey, they took my idea.
Yeah. Well, I know Gun Bunny loves all the Python Patrol Tiger Force. So
what was that? The Cobra Night Watch? Is that the Toys R Us 5-pack? From 25th anniversary, the guys, all the Cobra Troopers in all black. Was that what they were called?
The Night Watch?
I don't know. I'm not aware of that one.
I'm not sure. Good question.
That's a good question.
No, I think the that Cobra Officer was awesome. I think it ranked very highly when I ranked the Python Patrol. I think it was one of my favorites. I just love the deco. So I don't mind, like, when you're gonna get creative with the repaints and give us those kit bash possibilities. It makes us need those at Ross as soon as possible so we can buy more than one for sure.
Oh yeah.
Well, then I'm customizing the hell out of them if they come out of Ross.
It was better than the first one. I really like this design. and it also gave you the alternate head. And I think that head is so much. I mean, I love like the regular, COVID mask, but I really like the first trooper mask, the infantry trooper and everything. Like I've been wanting an O-ring like that for quite some time. So for me, I think it's awesome. Like I love the fact they use the different masks. They work with all the other troopers and officers, so you can mix and match any way you want now.
Well, yeah, you can go right here to Marvel. You know what I mean? With the old Marvel with the red scarf across the face.
Yeah.
I mean, it's awesome. It's easily the most customizable figure.
COVID officer.
But Punk, this was one of your honorable mentions. So this is one of your favorite builders of the year, I'm assuming, along with the Ranger Viper.
Yeah, I really liked it. And again, I just think the colors work, and the fact that you can swap the heads and use them for the other different officers and troopers. But again, it's just if you don't like Python Patrol, there's not too much Python in there. Where the other one, even though I do like it, there's a lot of Python Patrol on it.
For sure. Okay, we'll go into, speaking of, someone was talking about this one. We've got some Predator-like characters. We got Tony Romo's Dark Horse pick, and this is a new one that just kind of recently released, unless your name is Bobby B.
Everybody got Shadow Tracker early.
Had it a year ago. But anyway, Romo, talk to us about, I'm actually, you kind of were forced to pick something crazy. You usually like to stick with the OG kind of characters. Obviously, this came out in the modern era, but tell us your love for Shadow Tracker.
Yeah, he came out when I was out of Joe, and this is a Pursuit of Cobra original release, right? So no, but when they released him, or I'll get him. He's coming tomorrow, finally. But no, he's pretty awesome. His backstory's cool. He's got a lot of enemies in the jungle. Recondo, Gung Ho, whoever's in there, he's after him. He's like another mercenary for Cobra, and they made him look pretty cool. When I get him, I might customize a little bit. I don't know if I like that fluorescent green mask, but we'll see.
That's how I have him. That's how I have him. I think it's awesome. And
yeah,
you'll see
it's crazy. You could do a lot of different stuff with him because he just seemed like a really cool character that I knew nothing about. So once I saw he was at Walmart, him and Wolf Spider, they're both on their way tomorrow, dude. So he looks pretty dope, and he looks like even with all his not repaints, but his rehashed Zartan body or whatever, he looks totally different. So his weapons are sweet. So this is a cool one.
So definitely. I know it didn't make your list because, man, but let's just talk about this. Actually, forget the list. How hard was this, right? To do not only 5 classified figures, but only 3 honorable mentions, 1 Dark Horse. It literally took me hours to think about my list. It was just crazy. Anyone want to jump in? Was this easy for you, or was this?
So I have my notes from my video that's for tomorrow, but basically, it was quite a year for G.I. Joe. We got around 66 releases or so, not counting Mutt for the year, with mainline and fan channel exclusives being 24, retailer exclusives being 26, and exclusives being 16. So yeah, you're looking at 66 figures, and you're asking us to break it down into 5. It wasn't exactly the easiest thing in the world. So
I'm the devil. I am Grinch. Oh man, it was brutal. I ruined my whole day. I had fun doing it, but it was like I was catching up with everyone's reviews and kind of watching some other stuff and kind of looking back at what I put. I didn't want to be hypocritical and be like, oh man, I watched your review and you gave it 4.5 and it didn't make your list. There's some figures that were almost a 9 out of 10 and did not make my list. This is how good this line is. This is why, if you look in the community, there's so many toy reviewers that are like, I'm doing a list of Joes and I'm doing a list of everything else. I know Punk did it, but there are people that are not known for Joe reviewers that are doing it. It's like, if you put classified in your top 10, it's gonna be in your it's gonna be your whole top 10 for the most part. It was like such a hard list.
Yeah, unless if you don't collect G.I. Joe and you just nitpick, then you can do it. But when I looked at it, I was like, "There's no way that I can do this." And I haven't even started my Joe one. I would probably do it this weekend, but I hadn't even finished. I had started erasing names when you were hounding me about shit. And then I'm like, well, great. I'm going to give her my top 5 before I even get mine out. But really, it was just like narrowing it down and going through it. And it's just like, all right, well, it wasn't easy.
No.
Especially when, like, you see my top ones, people might kind of roll their eyes because.
No, I'm telling. I agree with all you guys. It was considerably hard, and then if I were to go do a list and do my own video on it, I think I would redo the list and then redo it again. It wasn't easy. It was not easy to get down to 5. You gave us one hell of a task, man.
That reminds me, Baldy, we need that video, bro. It's been a couple of weeks or 2 or 3 weeks. We need that video from you, man. We need that top 10. And that's the thing. We did top 5 because not only would this stream go on all night, which I'd have no problem with, but top 5 makes it concise. We I'm sure in the comments there's going to be a million other picks that we didn't do, and everyone here is going to do their top 10 anyway. Either you guys are content creators, whether it's on Instagram or Reels or on YouTube. So you don't need to replicate what you're going to do. Top 5 here, lie to my face and do a better top 10 on your own stuff. That's totally cool. I'm cool with it. I'm just happy to hang out with all of you. Let's get back to the list. My dark horse was almost Shadow Tracker, but I didn't have enough time with it. But here's a figure I did have a lot of time with. I've had this one for a while. It's just starting to hit. And that's probably why. I'm not going to lie. I had it early, so I feel good about it. No, but I love the helmet. I love the color scheme. People were like, what's with the yellow? I'm like, it's Night Force, and it goes with the Dragonfly Squad. The only minus was not giving us a head sculpt for a new character.
You had this figure early? I didn't know.
This is the one that started it all.
You had no idea?
No, I had no fucking clue at all.
Baldy and Bobby know what the hell I'm talking about.
All right, let's move on.
Breaking news.
Now I will start swearing. All right?
Well, what figure is that?
I might have already.
I think we're good now.
I don't know that
guy. Like 10 million hits on this review. But yeah, it was a tremendous. What do you think about it, Bobby? Because I mean, you reviewed it a long time. Do you still feel strongly about it? I mean, how do you feel about?
Yeah, and that's kind of I don't want to say it's like a bad thing about getting things early, but like figures like this, like they end up getting pushed to the side, like that first wave we got with Bazooka and all them. So you have to like look back and think. So when you ask for our list, and we're coming up with our list, and you're like, oh yeah, that figure came out this year, and you're like, oh, it was a good figure, and you're trying to rearrange your list as Baldy was saying, he's putting stuff on, taking it off, and everything. So it's just I think it's a fun figure. I hate that beachhead vest though. I think it's too wide, but besides that, solid figure.
Yeah. No, it's dope. But do you think they should have done like a Parth Vama, gave us like a face, or do you think, obviously we know the reason why it was coming out, and I like Baldy's reason, right? Are you the one who said it was because it was supposed to be a Night Force Falcon, and then with that head sculpt whole thing, they just kind of ran this out to us?
Listen, I 100% believe that. I have nothing to back it up. I'm just saying, if you follow the trends of what G.I. Joe's been doing, and with the repaints and the exclusives, that was supposed to be Falcon. I 100% believe that. I think they did a quick course correction after the flack they got, and they did a kit bash. I mean, this is the ultimate kit bash.
His accessories are right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's his accessories, and then they're like, wait, we can't do that. And then they held back on the full body, and they kit bashed something for us. I mean, it's what? Scrap Iron's legs, Dusty's upper half, Kamakura's head, right?
Yeah.
So, and then Beachhead's overland. Yeah.
Falcon weapons,
Falcon weapons.
But they killed it. They killed it, and it doesn't have a lot of fanfare considering it's like the first new Joe character in a very long time.
Yeah, I had to agree with
Well, that-
Larry that this
Yep.
figure was better than it was supposed to be. He's absolutely
Yes.
right about that one. So it's like
Mhm.
you're right, just like Grunt was.
Yeah.
You know?
And neither one of them are army builders. I don't care what anybody
Right,
says.
right. No, true. That's
They are
true.
not
No.
army builders.
No, you
Yeah,
are wrong.
Joe doesn't have army
You
builders.
can army build anything.
You are wrong. Lenny told me on the live stream. You can go back and watch it.
I watched that live stream.
Yeah,
I
and
heard what Lenny said, and I disagree with Lenny.
you
Lenny, shut up.
I specifically asked it for people like you that said no, it's not an army builder.
It's not, and it is
It is an
people
army
like
builder.
me.
That's why he has the helmet.
That's right.
You guys
Grunt
are out of
is a
control.
character.
They're disagreeing so
Helmet
much they
one
agree.
is not.
Yeah, we do. We disagree so much we eventually
You agree.
Listen,
Guys, we're flying through this. It's a half an hour. We already went through our dark horse pick. So it's honorable mention time. Went from one Night Force figure to another. And here we go. Because we got Shooter in the house. This is Bobby B's honorable mentions. Just take us through your three choices here.
Copperhead, the Python get up. I liked it a lot more than the regular version. Shooter is just an awesome figure herself, minus her weapons, but still just an overall. It's great to see something from like the modern era. Again, you guys know that I'm a Joe vs. Cobra Spy Troops baby, so 25th anniversary modern era is kind of like where I started getting footing for GI Joe. So I definitely have a love for Shooter. And then Scrap Iron is just such an awesome figure, especially when you pair him up with the Cobra Island Vipers. So
Great. All right, cool. Man, so what about those shoes on Shooter?
minus her
Shoes,
sneaky
yeah.
Converse shoes. But if you guys play Modern Warfare 3, that's one of the perks. So you can get some sneaky sneakers. It's basically like the ninja perk, but it's just called covert sneakers or something like that now.
and
So-
it's
I
an
think
easy swap with the Scarlet movie, Scarlet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can do that with a whole boot from Movie Scarlet. I just gave her Lady J feet, and it looks good, matches and everything.
Listen, I think Shooter was an amazing pick. She didn't make my list because female, but that's a joke.
We know. Yeah, we hope.
There's people that believe that shit though. It's insane.
I know exactly.
They're like, you don't like her because she's a girl. It's like, no,
Yeah.
I don't like the character because the character's ass. I don't know what you want. From me, bro.
I
And
think
I'm pretty
she's
sure. I'm pretty sure this won't be the last time we talk about Scrap Iron. I'm amazed it didn't make my list. I think he's awesome. And shout out to KJ, Black Angus, member of A Toy Kind of Mood. This was his choice. He was on ACBA the other night, and this was his overall number one, I believe. So for it to be an honorable mention, and it was KJ's number one, that's how crazy this year was, and then everyone having a different list was really cool too. So but yeah, great list. We'll move on. We got Punk with toys. Go ahead, man. We already talked about the officer though, so you could talk about the other two.
Well, Outback. I mean, oddly enough, I still think that the Tiger Force Outback is better. Just because of the face sculpt. I think that was like my number 2 of last year. But since it's the same face sculpt, just now with color, and this was always one of my favorite figures. Other than the dumb magazine on the gun, which I absolutely hate, this figure was just perfect. I love the sidearm that he comes with, his flashlight, different things like that. So I absolutely love that figure. And then to take, I can't think of his name.
What?
Tripwire?
Tripwire.
Tripwire was a figure I didn't want as an O-ring. I didn't have him until recently in the past few years. He was a stupid figure. I didn't want a guy that just walked around with no guns and just looked for landmines. I mean, it sounded awesome, but he was just going to get blowed up. The fact that I can take this figure and take an army builder or a
He's no good at his
$5 figure
job.
from another line and put a whole nother suit on him and have 2 completely different characters is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Listen, I think Tripwire is easily one of the he's not on my list, but easily one of the best classified figures they've made because he is the ultimate modern update of an
Yes.
old figure.
But you can have both, and that is what the classified team needs to do to shut up the whiny crybabies in these Joe groups. All right, I want the original. Oh, we need modern. Well, you know what? Here's both of them. Of course, then they complain that it's deluxe. And they don't want to pay $33.
I agree
But
with that.
I took this and I took another figure that I had from another line, put on the other uniform, and now I have two completely different characters because they come with helmets and everything. So
Yeah.
And we could see that all those parts reused for a long arm figure to get our 2008 SWAT set.
There you go.
That's what I'm hoping for.
There you go.
Nailed it.
I can see that
Nailed
happening.
No, and Tony, you also had Tripwire as an honorable mention in your list. So go ahead, talk about trips.
Yeah, I had made a custom out of that Alley Viper you love so much, the orange, and even without him,
My favorite.
you can make 3 different versions of them. Like Punk was saying, I mean, you can make the Jeremy Renner Hurt Locker version, you can make the classified version, and you can go back and strip them down and just leave the holster on his right thigh up, and there's the original Tripwire from way back. So he's awesome. I mean, it was cool. We got the little the drone and the rat and all that stuff, but
Yeah.
The rest of all his loadout was sweet. I didn't have to customize anything. You just strip him down, put stuff back on, and he was great.
Not
You know,
those lines though.
and quickly about the rat, the fact that classified
Apsara.
whatever his name is, he's a rat.
Rata.
She's
fact
a
that
rat.
The fact that rats were used for this type of stuff,
True.
the fact that they take that into consideration, also the fact that they named after, in my opinion, the most prominent Joe YouTuber going right now.
Sure. Old Diagnostic AT.
Bobby,
So shout out to McLeod.
what is his name?
Shout out to McLeod.
MacLeod.
MacLeod, aka Diagnostic 80.
Like
Stay
Chris
fresh,
Diagnostic
cheese
AT,
bag.
MacLeod.
Stay fresh.
It's an acronym. It doesn't have a pronounce.
I'm going to call him MacLeod from now on. Oh yeah, that's right. In the book, yeah, he gave himself up, and Roadblock admonished him for it.
In Hearts and
For sure.
Minds, he's a dark character in Hearts and Minds.
Oh yeah, I got to read those.
And thank you, Chad
Thanks,
Kinzer. Yeah, hit the like button. We got 104 people watching right now, all because of a Punk with Toys. So thank you so much, Punk, for being on.
Thank you,
And-
Punk. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
guys.
I don't ever get this many in my live stream.
Yeah.
I sit at 60 to 70 the whole time.
It's double what we usually do, unless we talk when we get our 60 to 70. So,
Right,
and
Joe.
actually, speaking of that, I gotta shout this guy out. Where is it? I should have. Oh, here we go. Shout out to Jason X from SENSS. He was here last week, and these guys had the task of drafting all the Hasbro figures, but they couldn't draft G.I. Joe classified because we couldn't emulate what we were doing today. And they did do their top threes, and he had obviously Tripwire. Shout out to JC, he had Tripwire's list, but they had a real rough task, but they did an awesome job. So if you're into other toys than Joe, check out last week's episode for sure. So thank you, Jason, for coming on, and Mega J Retro too, and Bobby. Shout out to them.
Awesome.
So all right, moving on. We got Baldy's list, and just take us through it.
All right. We got General Hawk. We were all waiting for him. I was convinced he was the Dragonfly final tier. And I was wrong. And I can admit that I was wrong. But I'm happy that we finally got him. He's a sexy looking older man. They really knocked it out. The head sculpt is amazing. Yeah, he's sexy. And then Firefly. I know there's a lot of people that say he's too wobbly, or I didn't have that. I didn't have that issue. He's
bastard.
He's a very nice update of the classic version. I do feel like this is where classified kind of teeters with, do they want to be a retro line or do they want to be a modern update line? I think this could have been a retro carded figure, but we did get him in the classified line.
Right.
They did a hell of a job with his loadout. The engineering is unbelievable. The fact that everything fits on his backpack, including the remote. A lot of people don't know that. The remote fits on there too. And, you know, I have him right here if anybody wants to see where that remote sits.
Yeah,
I know
let's
that was big.
I'm gonna have you show this, and then I'm gonna stop you after this, and ask you guys a question that's relevant. But yeah, nice. Okay.
Yeah, that remote sits right there if you guys can see it.
Dope.
But
cool. All right.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to ask you guys a question. So Bazooka, Outback, Firefly, do you think they would have all benefited from being part of that retro card wave rather than, you know, because I felt like getting those other versions of the characters first somewhat hurt them as far as like reception, maybe overlooked. Now, Firefly is an amazing figure, but I'm just saying, especially Bazooka and maybe that Outback, great choice, Punk, but like maybe people aren't thinking about him because of Tiger Force. Do you think it would have been better to get it retro carded? Anybody can take this.
I don't think so. I don't think it really matters. If you like G.I. Joe, you're going to collect it. I mean, I think the retro card, I mean, they sit on pegs. They just sit there. They don't do anything unless if it's Snake Eyes or the Crimson Guard. And no one's ever seen Zartan or Storm Shadow in a Walmart.
Nope.
I've seen Storm Shadow.
Really?
You lie.
In LA?
Oh. I saw
it was
Storm,
hidden, but I saw it. It was hidden, but I saw it. So
I saw one Snake Eyes in the store, and someone returned it because the card was completely beat to trash.
All right. I saw Zartan. I saw Zartan in a store.
So,
Nice.
but I don't think it matters. Like, no one was gonna buy those if they didn't want them.
But let me ask you this though: a lot of people are excited for this Duke and Scarlet, but would they be as excited if it wasn't on the card back? I know we're getting they're amazing, but I mean, without that, especially if it's the thicker card stock, it's a different presentation. Go ahead, Bobby.
I think it's because they're like, I don't want to say better versions of previous release versions, but they're like think of the Retaliation line, how they had the ultimate versions of Cobra Commander, Storm Shadow, Flint, but it was movie Flint and stuff, where it was like, you know, you got your updated sculpts, you got your extra accessories and stuff. So you have Duke and Scarlet, who are awesome looking figures. Then you got Recondo, who's the same exact one we just got a year ago, just as
But that Recondo, I think, benefits from being on the card because people are going to want to go MIB on that, where they're not going to with Bazooka.
No,
especially plastic free.
I think people are more concerned with having the numbers and having every single number than having a retro card they can throw on their wall.
That's a good call.
That card is giant. It takes up half your wall anyway. Like you need an SUV to get one in your car.
You got more than 3 on there. Yeah.
All mine are open.
It's like the size of a 65-inch screen.
Same here.
Same box.
all that stuff's going in the trash. I'm opening them. They're going in there. And but no, I mean, those can easily have been put on the card. They're all original. They're all the same.
Hey, listen, this fandom wants these things as exact 6-inch replicas of a real American hero. I don't want that. That's not what drew me into Classified.
It's Classified. Yeah. You want I'm down with the OG, but make them a little more updated. I mean, don't we deserve that? You know, I mean,
listen, I think the retro line should be a fan channel exclusive.
Everybody happy.
It should be a Pulse exclusive. It should be.
So we're speaking about retro carded figures, and along with Quick Kick, we're getting fisties with Duke and Scarlet now. And so and then in our his tank, we got extra hands. They were MMA gloves, but they're starting to give us some extra hands now with some of these figures. So I hope that.
Well, you bring up Quick Kick. Quick Kick is a misstep. Total misstep. That should be a retro card. He's in Classified. I want an updated, modern Quick Kick.
That would have been cool.
You're wrong. It's not a misstep because they're not doing what you want. They're doing what's going to sell. It'd be a misstep if everyone said, "I'm not going to buy it in that box. I want it on a card." I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But
the collectors that are screaming for a Real American Hero 6-inch, that's the retro line.
And those are the first people that are going to be out of it. That's going to be the first people out of the G.I. Joe collecting.
They're the first ones in line at Ross.
I'm going to look at last.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, how many times do I say G.I. Joe collectors are not toy collectors? They don't know shit about toys. They only know G.I. Joe. And if they don't look back and see an O-ring exact version of it, they're whining and crying. I still see people crying about the Joe Pro. Like, good Lord. Like,
I do too.
They make something different.
See, you just made a good argument for the retro line.
Yeah.
You just made a good argument for the retro line.
But every time you do that, you're taking away from the budget that you're putting into that. So if you don't do a repaint of it, then you're taking away from the budget.
I get that. That's why we have Target and Walmart exclusives.
Yes.
It is a good reason for the retro line. Stay the retro line. That's good. They're trying to please everybody.
Yeah,
I don't even want the retro line. Just give me the boxes so I can open them up and put the stupid numbers.
But like Baldy was saying, that's why they should definitely be the retailer, the Pulse exclusive or whatever.
But if they're Pulse exclusive, then they don't have. It makes more sense for it to be a Target or Walmart exclusive, because then they're giving them the money. If it's a Pulse exclusive, Hasbro has to front them the money, and we know Hasbro is too busy giving $9 million bonuses to guys that sell $4 billion properties for $375 million.
I think we're getting a little off the rails. Should we talk about toys?
Yeah.
Listen, what did you expect when you had me on here?
He admits it.
Exactly what you're doing. Don't change. Don't change.
Don't change it. Don't
you
look,
change
we'll get back.
Lawrence.
We'll get back. All right. So actually, real quick, I see comments about Duke and Energon. Look, let's talk about that at the end. We'll have a little fun little Q&A because I think we're going at a good pace. Yeah. But Baldy, did you want to sum up any of this? You want to talk about Coco here, right?
Yeah, that's sexy Coco. Listen, another hit. I love that this was exclusive to the Hiss, and that they did the Mickey Mouse. So we all know that we're going to get this mold again. We're going to get it in maybe a different shade of blue, maybe some different accessories. Guys that didn't get this, he's coming. But what I want to say is the Mickey Mouse makes sense for it to be an exclusive to the Hiss. I think it was a good choice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's absolutely beautiful. What's that?
Did the Sky Striker also have the?
Yeah, yes. and they did that on purpose, and that was a smart way to kind of roll these exclusives in.
And that makes sense because again, everyone says that if you're going to do a crowdfund, HasLab, or you're going to do an exclusive, it needs to be something you don't need. Everyone's mad about Serpentor and Dr. Mindbender, and they will come out again in different forms, obviously. But the fact that they haven't yet, I understand why people are mad. You look at the color changing Zartan, you didn't need it. So the fact that this is a Mickey Mouse, Cobra, and we've heard other YouTubers going, "This is stupid. That was a mistake. They shouldn't have done that." No. You would be the first person complaining if they did a regular one. You would be the first one saying they should have done Mickey Mouse so they could do the other one later on.
Well, see, this is where I totally agree with everything you just said because it supports what I just said. Yeah. But that's why I do think that they should have gone with General Hawk in the Dragonfly. So I know a lot of people disagree with me with that.
Wait, I don't understand. Why is that? You lost me there.
No, because they were pointing at General Hawk since the beginning of the campaign. I think they did another course correction, kind of the same way I feel about Night Force Falcon. I think that they should have put him in there as who cares if he's locked behind? You don't always get the exclusives. I didn't have the fridge as a kid.
But he shouldn't be
have Sergeant Slaughter. And then that allowed
You're gonna have some real big enemies in this chat room locking a the leader of GI Joe behind a paywall.
No,
No,
a version of him.
You're saying a version.
A version, but you said general.
Oh, like V2
Yeah.
with the
If you say a version, I agree with you.
Yeah, no,
V2.
The
Not a
one we
solid
got
Hawk.
is the one I thought we were getting,
Yeah.
and they could have just changed some things up, and then later on released him in the retro line.
Release him in the retro line with blonde hair.
They're coming after you, Baldy.
Yeah, let them come. Come on.
Oh no, you got a fan right here. You got a fan. I agree. Perfect way to release a figure. Hawk made sense to come with the Dragonfly. Yeah,
No
see, V1.
DS77.
That's what I was saying. V1. You're not. Yeah.
Yeah,
Put the blonde Hawk with Wild Bill.
yeah. Listen,
There you go.
a version. It didn't have to be the version that we got. I'm super happy that we got him, but it's okay to lock some of these figures behind the stuff. That's what makes it desirable.
Oh man,
it's like a con exclusive. You know, you don't need this figure like.
One thing is, if you got at least $500 in the bank, then you're buying into value. That we already saw the Hiss being flipped for, 700, 650.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna make your money back and then some. And if you only wanted Hawk, you'd get it for free.
Yeah,
because you bought.
That's right, Moody. You flipped it.
You'd sell your Dragonfly. So that said, General Hawk was one of my honorable mentions, and I gave him a 4.5 out of 5 whiskeys. That's crazy. He's an honorable mention. Like that's any other year, he's like 1, 2, or 3, and he's an honorable mention. That's how good the classified line is. In he was absolutely terrific. So great list, Baldy.
And he's a rehash too. That's out back from the waist down all day, and it's perfect. I'm not mad at any of it.
Can I address something? Hooded Cobra Commander is not coming. Just drop it.
No, you drop it.
I didn't bring it up.
He's yelling at the chat.
Yeah, listen, I see that chat, and bring on Hooded.
I'll make
Coco.
you one, Craig.
Bring on Hooded Coco, man. I think that he's a part of the history of GI Joe.
No one said we don't want it.
In another line.
Dude, they came out with Zartan on a retro card, and that looks way more.
Oh, I'm with you. I even pointed that out. If
Bobby is here.
Silhouette, you're like, did you look at that?
Zartan.
All right,
yeah, you're gonna
upset a bunch of people from now on. I'm sorry.
All right, let's get on to another list. We got Tony Romo's figs. You already talked about Trip, so what about the other two?
Oh man, Eel's perfect, except for the damn harpoon gun. We all know that's our most hated weapon in this line. I mean, give him the harpoon gun, yeah, but oh my god, some people just had it in the shape of an S. You know what I mean? It's like you can't even fix that thing. You can heat it up, you can cold water, hot water, and it's still nasty. So I just toss it and give him something from Mark II design, whatever. He had an awesome loadout with it. But I like the fact that the old school, 3 3/4 inch, this guy, you can take the helmet off. The whole helmet comes off, and you can have him with his master. You can put it back on, clear lens. It's good enough for me. It doesn't have to be crystal water clear, which would have been dope. But I mean, he's sweet. He's a sweet looking diver. That's the eel. I loved the eel when I was little, and I didn't have enough of them. So I mean, and then even his own the classified rebreather pack on his back has somewhat of a little jet nozzles at the bottom, I guess. So they tried to do that,
Well, the Torpedo has the same backpack.
Yeah.
If you look at it,
they put his logo on it. They put the eagle logo on it or whatever, which is cool.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind a T-shirt with that thing on it.
What's also great about this, sorry, Tony, is that
go ahead. Go ahead. I was going to Grunt. Go ahead. I want people to talk. I'm good.
Like if you have another torpedo, but you don't want to have like all the exact same torpedoes, you can put this stuff on them.
Yeah.
And
then what I did with Torpedo came with red in his flippers, right?
Yes.
And he came with black ones. I swapped them.
Mm-hmm.
But
if guy with red,
if you're taking shots, you could have Torpedo like taking out one of these, putting on the helmet, and then swimming in where like they don't realize it, even though he doesn't have.
That's dope right there.
They're stupid. Let's be honest. But yeah, this is such a good figure.
He was awesome. And then with Grunt,
actually, Romo, let me jump in because
go ahead.
I do want to say on the Cobra Eel, it's my favorite army builder of the year, and it didn't make my list. Like, that's just crazy.
Wow.
I don't have any builders on my list, but it's my favorite. But it had flaws. Like, the backpack didn't fit well, the weapons were warped, and then when I got Mark II designs, and I'm not one of those clamoring for retro. I love when things are classified, but when I got Mark II designs set and added it, it was like it would be in my top 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to me, I'm not going to put it on my list this year because when they come out the retro version, that'll be what I want, and it'll be because I think they'll fix some of the issues we have, and to me that'll be one of the best builders we're going to get next year.
I think so too. And then
it will appease all the people that didn't get their hands or their chance
like Amazon exclusive. Yep. Exactly.
That'd be cool. I would think they would do it for the retro. They have to. That And then with Grunt, another thing I agree with Larry on is that this dude was better than he was supposed to. I agree with that big time because, man, he came out. He's got all the cool gear. Just him being as solid as he is. You don't. I'm always a gridiron guy. I'm gridironing everybody up. I did get him gridironed up, and he looks awesome. But this one, you don't really need to. It's good enough.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, some of his weapons are rubbery. The XLMLR was pretty cool, but the rest of him is awesome as he is. You could, strip him down for a basic look. You can give him, Stalker's web gear to have an OG Grunt, or you don't. His flak vest was pretty dope, and he's got that little cell phone, whatever it is, that little communicator or.
Oh, hey, and we didn't talk about value, but this was a great point. We were able to get Grunt for like $12, and that, I mean, to me, that added. That
was smoking deal,
dude. I was just about to say that, Travis. The fact that who knows what happened at Target, but that made him so much more desirable. That's the third use of that mold.
I've got all the gridiron. Yeah.
Third
and then he came
mold,
with they
killed it.
What's the helmet he came with? It wasn't a steel core helmet.
Yeah, I have him right here.
Yeah, it was steel core. It was a different
Master
mold.
Chief.
Okay. Yeah. There's your army builder. There's your army builder right there.
Oh wait, well,
yeah, it's an army builder. That says Grunt.
They're all clones.
Yeah. Oh man,
They're all clones.
I'll teach you how to take that off. I already did it. But
I know how to take it off.
He's dope. And then, me and Johnny Reno took Grunt's head and made a ripcord head out of it. So yeah, exactly.
You know what? I saw a funny comment in there. Are we supposed to do shots every time you say gridiron?
Yeah. Hey, that's a good idea. I'd be like this though: gridiron.
And Johnny Reno
coffee. What do we got, Punk?
Johnny Reno did a mock. He did a kit bash and custom for Larry here, and it's the way I got him looking.
Yeah.
And he did a great giveaway on his channel too.
Best customizer in Arizona.
That's awesome.
Bullshit.
Shout out to Cage's Customs.
Yes, thank you. Johnny's awesome.
So, but yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, Grunt is going to end up probably on a lot of lists, but we'll see. We're going to head into our top 5. But before that, cheers, guys. Happy holidays. Want to wish everyone coming in late happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, all that stuff. Have fun. We're talking G.I. Joe classified. We just went through our honorable mention.
Happy Tamale Day.
Yeah, and so I don't forget. We did talk about this at the beginning of the show. I read Duke #1. I thought totally badass. It was awesome. The other boys haven't been able to scoop it up yet. Highly recommended. Even like video game sites are giving it like a 10 out of 10, like for a comic book that's G.I. Joe. So I mean, it's crazy.
Nice.
Toyamic, what's up, man? You got amazing displays, by the way. I've seen your stuff with Gridiron. And the Energon universe is busting in like Kool-Aid Man. It's great. Do you think we'll get classified figures from the Energon universe? Bobby B.
I could see it. Maybe not right away since we're getting a retro Duke, but look at how fast we got the movie figures. So there might be something up their sleeves.
It's in the his tank.
What is?
What's in his tank?
Energon.
Yeah, that.
Oh yeah.
Our Energon is on the
I
his
mean,
tank.
the Energon is all over the Night Force boxes.
Yeah.
That's the source. They
engine
mentioned that that's what the
is
hiss was going to
Energon.
run on. Yeah.
If you take the maybe if I can get it off.
Matthew took 3 shots already.
Oh, you got a hiss? Nice.
That's supposed to be Energon.
In there?
Yeah, it's supposed to be powering the engine.
It's not.
Oh
purple.
hell!
I thought it wasn't stable or something like that yet.
It's
I
not.
thought you just
stable.
put one of the spiders you like in it.
Fuck you.
And if you're just joining us, please hit the like button. And if you're new to a toy kind of mood and you want to hang out further with Romo and I, and possibly other gentlemen besides Punk in the future, please subscribe. And
I have my own channel. I'm good.
Yeah, your channel is
go.
doing quite good, Punk. But yeah, shout out to all these guys. Before we even get in our list, like, thank you guys for joining us. I mean, you guys are the best. You know what I mean? So to all be here on the show, the best classified minds in the game. Thank you. It means a lot. It means a lot to me. It doesn't mean anything to Romo, but it means a lot to me. So I really appreciate it. Cool. All right, let's.
There's
move
only 55
on.
likes. Are you fucking serious? Sorry. Over 100,
Harry?
over 110 people watching right now. There's only 55 likes.
We had 120 something, guys. Please.
It
hit
ain't
the
that
like
hard
button.
to hit that stupid
I
like
think it's
button,
a-
all right?
Thank
I
you
think,
so
I
much.
think we're
right
doing
there.
okay.
Like right
Hit the
here.
like
think we're
button.
Probably right about here.
Hit that
right
like
there.
button the way you hit
Hit
it
it.
when Diagnostic was on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't want to have to say it and remind you guys, but no, I appreciate it, really do. So, look, all right. So anyway, it's Mood Rex's turn to do the honorable mention, and who coined the phrase? Was it Punk or Matson? Mood Rec.
I think it was Matson, but I'm not. Oh no, it was
Yeah.
Punk.
No, Matson
It
came
was.
up with it. Matson had the figure. I named it Mood Wreck.
Oh, that's right, Mood Wreck. It looks like Moody.
There's Matson
An
right there.
aged
So
Moody.
I don't know. It could be Bobby, but either way, I'm shocked.
Could be-
Is it like the video game awards where the game that came out in November wins the awards, like Baldur's
Right.
Gate? You forget about Zelda. I like Baldur's Gate better. But I'm saying,
What?
how did Baldy's like, I'm done. This guy
Oh.
sucks.
Oh, what
So-
happened?
I should
I
have
don't
bolted
know.
when I see fucking Shipwreck.
Yeah, he saw Shipwreck and he was done. But how did Mood Wreck not make your lists? I mean, was there any Shipwreck fans in the house? I mean, I think this is an amazing figure.
You know,
I-
Larry
I-
wants to.
I
raise
think
his
it's a
hand.
good
He's
figure
got
for that
9
old
of
school
them.
design.
Well, what? One at a time, Bobby.
I think it's a good figure for that old school design, but I don't think it's what the classified line needed when it comes to Shipwreck. I think we should have gotten an updated one first and then went down and dropped him. I'm
At
not saying
least
he's a
the
bad
big-
figure. He's one of my favorite characters, but I would have rather see like the Sea Commando tactical.
The beanie one, the beanie wearing
Yeah,
one.
the one in the beanie and the.
I'm gonna
helmet
make that
stuff.
one next too.
Yeah,
I think it's a
but-
good figure design wise. Do you really
Mhm.
want to hear my 8 Shipwreck story again? I
No,
don't even wanna
please.
tell it. I don't even
Uh,
want to tell it.
All right, so if you hate the character, you hate the character. But as far as the figure,
I just said
mean,
the design is wonderful.
Yeah.
I think the pants are perfect. I thought it had the same issue that the Valiverse did with like
Trigger, Duster.
Trigger and Duster, but in actuality, it doesn't just have ankle swivel. The boot cut is actually up inside of the jean, so
Right.
it actually turns properly. I was completely wrong when I did that. It's amazing. You realize you can admit you're wrong and you don't like blow up or something. I think the design is awesome. And I did give one to my dad, and he thought it was awesome, and he actually has it displayed. So
Oh yeah.
Polly with the peg leg. I mean, they tried something new. So I mean, then the peg leg, it fits into the rope and everything. So I don't know. I think it's Oh, we got. I think Boris back in town.
Yeah, gotcha, bro.
Back in town. You're missing all the
Peg leg
mood
doesn't-
records.
Sorry, man. I have dial up.
Peg
Yeah,
leg
well,
doesn't bother me. It's not like they did like a timber with a peg leg or something. It's just
yeah.
you can barely tell unless if they point it out to you.
But I think it's one of those
Massive
things
hole
too.
in
It's
his
like
wrist.
everybody's like, we should have got Devil's Due, we should have got the Navy SEAL one and all this, but like, yeah, the Night Force. But it's like if we don't get this one, the first original retro, which everyone's clamoring to, then you
Fine.
know it's gonna be hell on fire. So it's like, yeah, come on.
Could
So
you
yeah,
imagine?
another. Mhm.
People
The
would
stuff
lose
is
their
there.
mind. People lost their mind over Roadblock being not exact, or Rock and Roll not being exact.
Oh, is about his Under Armour shirt. I liked him,
But
but I
no,
painted it.
anyway, I thought it was a fantastic figure, and it's crazy that it didn't make anybody's list. And then yeah, we talked about Hawk, and then yeah, Ripper making honorable mention once again. This is it was like number 2 on my all Dreadnought list, and it makes an honorable mention. There's just too many good figures. I don't have any problems with any of it. I just don't. There's just too many
There's too many
figures.
too much good shit out. Yeah.
He represents as a spoiler. Ripper definitely represents on our list, so we'll go there when we need to. But yeah, that was our honorable mentions. So we'll get into our top 5. But did you guys, before we get into our top 5, did you have anything you want to add to anything from the honorable mention list? We'll go with you, Baldy, because you missed us for a second.
Yeah.
Anything that surprised you, or any? I don't know, just anything.
Yeah, you know what? Now that we were just talking about Shipwreck. Shipwreck should be higher on the list. I know that a lot of people didn't care for the mold of his face, the way it was set up. We're probably going to hear that a lot next year with Junkyard. With Mutt. That's a terrible sculpt for the face. I mean, it's not terrible. It's not terrible, but come on, man. You can't have a looks like I'm really constipated look the entire time.
Put the COVID mask on.
Put the COVID mask on. That'll solve everything. But yeah, I'm surprised Shipwreck wasn't higher up on the list.
Yeah. What about you, Tony? Anything you want to throw in there before we get to our top 5?
No, I mean, I guess it would have been harder if I wasn't on shift and I had to pick like 5 under duress of Moody. Give me your list. Give me your list. When he hadn't made his yet.
Arnold. Yeah, I do it last because I put the slides
together.
together, man. I have the advantage.
Yeah, no, but
no, he was trying to get the best of ours to make his.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You can't pick that one. I already picked it. You can't pick it.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine?
It's exactly what I do. I wait for you guys to review first, and then I just take all the good points and all the stupid points I leave out in my review.
I mean, I like my honorable mentions, but they could have easily made some of one of my my best 5 or best 10, with Eel, Grunt, and Tripwire. Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
I think I could have gone back and added Tripwire.
Yeah.
There's so much you can do with him, but I mean, I did give him a weapon because Punk was right. Just go find mines and no weapon but a handgun.
Yeah, I think you bring up a good point. I think if there's 2 factors for me personally, and if anybody agrees or disagrees, it's cool. So if I kind of added like a lot of gridiron stuff, I'm like, does it belong on the list? Because you know what I mean? I update every figure anyway, mostly, but if I added a lot, then I'm like, it probably doesn't belong on the list. Then another one was, if I didn't get it at a reasonable time, like if I just got it or got it late, I didn't review it. I didn't love, I didn't get a chance to love it. It didn't make my list. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of that had like
good reason.
Wolf Spider made it because I had it for months and I got to play with it. If I got it, like I had to wait for my Pulse pre-order, I probably hated the figure by the time I got it. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just admitting.
That's a good point. It's definitely a good point.
But you also have I forgot about that figure. Didn't realize that it came out this year.
I'd probably say that more applies to me, where like the longer I have it, it just kind of gets put on the shelf, gets moved to the back of the shelf behind the newer figures, and then
it doesn't kind of the opposite. Yeah,
that's why
kind of the opposite.
Like for the the non-classified list that I did, like spoiler alert, like Elf just sat there the whole time. That came at the beginning of the year, and every time I looked at the figure, I'm just like, that's going to be my number one. It's going to be so hard to knock it off because it was just such a damn fun figure.
Oh, Alf, yeah.
Yeah, it's just so much damn fun, and it's like when you have a figure that sits there that you look at all the time, and whether it came out in January or February, that you just keep looking at, that's going to be one of your top ones.
Right? And you know what? I agree with Alf because the accessories alone,
Accessories,
with Alf, I mean, sold the figure. Really
cool.
But even the texture, and sorry, it's not G.I. Joe, guys, but it's not Motu, so no one.
We don't want to start losing people now.
No, that's only Motu. Motu loses people. But Elf, like, listen, if you people don't like the Elf, like, that's on you. But it is such a good figure. It's fun, and the accessories make it.
Yeah,
and someone can actually NECA can actually do sunglasses properly.
Tony, does Gridiron make anything for Alf?
I'll ask Mark tomorrow.
Yeah, find out.
He'll be like, we're not doing that.
The Valorous shotgun fits perfect on him.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm going to the list. We got our top 5 now. We got we'll go with Bobby, and then we'll go with Tony. Bobby B, this made your number 5, and then we were just talking about Ripper.
Yeah, I think it's an awesome figure overall. I'm not a big Dreadnought guy, so I almost didn't want to put him on the list, but he is a fantastic figure, and he definitely complements the classified line greatly. From all his accessories, the Jaws of Life, to the rifle that can peg into his web gear on the back, and then his glasses that fit perfectly. There's hardly anything there's not too many downsides with him overall, minus the magazine dropping out of some people's weapons. And then they got the smiley face contact lens. And I actually wasn't home when my Ripper arrived. I was in Maryland, but my sister was watching the house, and she's like, "Hey, you got this package?" I was like, "Hey, can you open it? Can you snap some pictures for me real quick?" And I saw it, and I was like, "What's going on with that eye?" And I think Baldy covered it in his review, where it's like a lot of people thought it was a QC issue, but it's the contact lens, and you're like, "Oh, that's right, they covered that in the fan stream months ago." By the time the figure finally came out, and I think I saw where they're going with it. It's a great idea. I just don't think it was. I don't think the classified line with that age 4+ not being a collector line, still considered a toy or whatever. I think that kind of hurt it a little bit when it comes to that smiley face. But it doesn't look horrible, but it doesn't look as good as it could if it was a different
Isn't
brand.
it like an eye tattoo instead of a contact?
I don't know what. I think it's a contact.
Sure, I thought it was a contact.
I don't think they said. I asked Lenny about it. I'm like,
Yeah.
he said, "Yep, it's there," but he didn't say what it was. Also, can I point something out really quick?
Yes, sir.
The image that says 3 in it, the magazine is backwards. It's upside down. The magazine is supposed to go wide up. And the only reason I know that is because the original figure, that's how it looks.
Did that. Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, so that is backwards there. So it'll easily fall out that way.
That's right. That's right. It's an eye contact, but a teardrop tattoo below his eye. So yeah, thanks.
On his other,
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. So Romo, you had this as a top 3 choice, Ripper. So absolutely deserving of a top 5 and top 3 choice. But tell us why.
Yeah, I mean, I love my Dreadnoughts. I mean, I gotta have all my Dreadnoughts. I got all the Marvel Legends bikes that they go with them really well. I'm still looking for different ones just to mess around. But this is easily one. I mean, I did have to get, Mark's, Gridiron loadout for him, but you easily don't have to because he comes great the way he is. I can't stand that stupid handgun that comes with him, but it's easily replaceable. No big damn deal. It's ridiculous. That harkens back to Snake Eyes' weapons with a hole in it.
Oh yeah,
you remember those?
That's exactly what I thought of too.
Yeah, it's retarded, and his XLMR with the scope and his blade, that's great. That's what he had in the cartoon. It's awesome. It's a staple. I love the updates with his I call it his Conan the Barbarian, right arm gauntlet and all the spikes that come on him. And then I didn't really give a damn about him not having the half shirt. I mean, that was cool, but now he's got a full, wife beaten camo top, which is that's cool. He's got a little chain wallet. I used to rock one of those. Punk did too.
From that,
and his battery operated Jaws of Life. I deal with those on shift, and they made it look pretty good, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Truck Energon operated.
yeah, and then
Nice.
you know, his anything from his accessories to little things like his necklace with razor blades. That's a nice touch, you know. And then to do you one better,
Not dog
I just had to throw in the gridiron loadout with this. This is, you know, something extra.
Hang
That's
on, hang on,
and
Tony.
and
There
that's
you go.
and there's your pile driver, which we all thought that was back in the day.
Back in the day.
Exactly.
So that's
You
pretty.
know?
That's pretty cool. But to me, this is like an enhancement that he doesn't need. But if you do
True.
give it to him, obviously he's like an ultimate ripper. But
Yeah,
you
that's the
don't.
ultimate ripper.
But
yeah.
you don't need it to replace what he has.
Don't need it.
That's what makes
Yep.
it great. So
Don't need it at
shout
all
out
for
to
the
that.
guys that don't. Right. Shout out, and then,
Yeah.
but he's awesome. He just, you know.
And here's one too. I didn't either. Good call. I mean, I reviewed it and didn't even notice. So yeah. good
Yeah,
call
that's
on
it.
that.
That's they gave him they sneaky
Yep.
gave him the
You guys
XLMR in
haven't
there.
realized that? Him and Alpine both have it on different.
Yeah.
Alpine's is different, but his shoots the grappling gun.
Nice.
That's true.
awesome.
Yeah, but
That's why you're on the show. You have a keen eye. All right.
I just remember that from being a kid because I thought it was so weird, and I remember actually cutting off an extra ripper gun that I had, the knife and everything, because I wanted the laser rifle, and you couldn't get more than unless you had a bunch of snow jobs.
Nice. So stay with us, Punk, and talk to us about your choice, number 5 for the Cobra Eel.
So I just think this figure's awesome. I mean, it is such a good army builder. Everything fits on him perfectly. The pictures that I saw people doing are awesome. Mr. Popinski sent me some stuff, and he let me use it on my stream. The fact that no one really realized that the backpack was the exact same one that came with Torpedo, and then they just plopped that on till it kind of came out. Like, everyone kept looking at Torpedoes like it looks like it's missing something, and then this one comes out and you're like, oh, okay, makes sense. I just think they did a wonderful job with this. And to Tony's, what Tony said, yeah, the worst weapon. And if another person tells me all you have to do is heat it up and then straighten it out and cool it down, really, I've reviewed every single effing figure. I know how to straighten the weapons. The whole point is you're not supposed to. But this one doesn't matter because the moment it gets to room temperature, it starts going down because the little blue pill stopped working.
So bad.
But I love this figure. I mean, the sleekness of it. He's really the first figure that's not a bulky figure. That's not a female. So,
It's the wetsuit.
Nice
Yep.
call.
yeah.
All right. B.
It's a great figure. I mean, obviously the downside is that spear gun, but it's on the nose for the original. The eels are just fun characters, and it's always fun to have like Navy SEALs creeping around and stuff, especially for Cobra. And I did swap mine out for some gridirons, but I'm not a huge gridiron guy, but I also purchased weapons from all three of the big three. So, and with all the releases we're getting anymore with the Valkyries and the Snow Serpents and stuff, where we're getting multiple weapons with figures, it's easy to just pop a different weapon into their hands and they're good to go.
Yeah.
So
We all have so many weapons.
A shit ton.
And one last, speaking of, one last shout out to Mark II Design, because he was really the first. Maybe there was other people, but he was kind of the one who made waves. He was on our show and we talked about that loadout that he did for Eel in particular. So that was a good one. That really enhanced the figure.
So
Muchas Gracias had one, and then Mark made one. Yeah.
No, so
right, what's up,
quickly,
Mark?
the gridiron submachine gun with the harpoon or with the spear gun underneath it, I thought was awesome.
Cool.
That was
But I
great.
couldn't spend $12 on them.
I'll get it for you.
All right.
Like 20
You're
bucks
gonna
for
get
it.
us in trouble, Punk. All right. Number 5. This is incredibly low for number 5, but that shows you how great this year was. that rock and roll is number 5, which is just crazy. Baldy, talk to us about the Rockster.
Well, I'm going to be honest. I made a mistake putting him at number 5, but
oh no, you can't redo it now.
No, I can't redo it now. But if I ever get to a top 10 list, I will redo it. He's just an awesome figure. This is what I consider just kind of the epitome of what Classified is. Right? It's a modern update of an OG 13 character. They really nailed it with this. I know that a lot of people didn't care for the tattoos, but I think that's a modern look. Tattoos are all over the place. And a lot of my military friends, they've got tattoos. They're covered.
And that Viking beard, that it just fits all seamlessly, man.
I think they just did a really nice job with this update. Yeah.
No, and it made my top 3. It was number 1 for the longest time. Like he truly was the not Breath of the Wild, but whatever the Tears of the Kingdom or whatever that. He was like number 1 all year, and then that damn Baldur's Gate just happened to come in holiday season. But I'm making those parallels because I like video games. But anyway, rock and roll was just all year. I couldn't stop praising him, and just the face sculpt. I don't even care about the rest. But then they kind of made an amalgamation of 1 and 2, and it's like I could add him, give him some other weapons and stuff. He didn't come with a whole lot, because the Kane was such a big gun, and obviously there was some new molding choices here, but just terrific. And he is the definition of Classified, period. Like if you say, what is Classified? It's rock and roll.
It is. You nailed it. And he's killer to photograph too. I mean, he was a lot of fun to take pictures.
Absolutely. And speaking of, we always have to give a shout out to Shooting the Galaxy. I believe he did these, right? Matt Cohen. So shout out, and if he didn't, tell me, but I'm pretty sure he did, so shout out to him. So that was the 5 and 3. Next up, we got Punk with Toys and Tony, 2 members of a Punk with Toys, right, Tony? But so go ahead, let's talk about Torpedo. We're staying in the water with you guys, so go ahead.
Go ahead, Larry.
You want to go first? Well, I put Elon, and he's the exact same mold as Torpedo.
Yeah.
But Pedo was just awesome. They gave him the submachine gun, which I didn't mind. It was a little soft. Obviously not like the spear gun. But this figure was just awesome. The giant nose, which really does give him a lot of character. But just the way the mask fit, the backpack, the flippers, everything fits on his person. I love this figure. Just absolutely love it.
Battle.
Go ahead, Tony.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I said earlier, his accessories are awesome, except for that's damn spear gun. I mean, another one that I can't wait. I couldn't wait to give him a real MP5. Suppressed, and that's what I did. And he looks good. He looks. I mean, he's supposed to be from Hawaii, right? He's got a little Polynesian look to him.
Yep.
His colors are great. All his other accessories are dope. I did swap out like I said, the flippers with the eel because of the red. So I gave him all the black ones. I don't have them out. So
nice.
Yeah, dude, he's awesome. He's one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite ones. Torpedo's badass. Yeah. And then with the 60th anniversary coming out, you got his team. You know what I mean? Put him ahead of 2 or 3 of them, and it's gonna take some people are gonna take some badass photos with that. I can't wait.
Another Torpedo, another one of those figures like in the top 5 all year, and it just doesn't make it. Just they crammed in 12 months of pre-orders in 6 months, and goodbye. It's like, what happened to that? Like that 9 out of 10 figure doesn't, whatever, 8.5 out of 10 doesn't make the list. It's just insane how good this. Again, I can't stop saying it. How good Torpedo is a terrific choice. All right, moving on to the next top 5, and we've got myself and you, Tony. So all a toy kind of mood here on Firefly. I'll jump in real quick. Okay. So So Firefly, remember I was talking to you on the phone the other day, Tony, actually about the Gridiron set, because I had bought that, but then I thought we would be able to I thought I would be able to find a cheap version of the old one, but that figure still costs a lot of money. The Cobra Island exclusive. So I just kind of waited around, and then I actually added the Gridiron set. It does not need it, but it does make it better. So thanks for walking me through that as far as like what I needed from that loadout and
No
what I
doubt,
didn't.
no doubt.
That was dope. I definitely like giving him the green greaser gun. But again, he was kind of nearly perfect from the get-go, and definitely one of my favorite Cobra figures of the year. And it was a dream. And had this been the Firefly we got from the get-go, this would be a 10 out of 10 classic of all time. But I think the fact that we had to buy him already and then kind of deal with that whole thing with that crazy jacket and everything, so it kind of loses a little value. And again, maybe seeing him on a retro card, I know we have different opinions on that, but I'd be okay kind of just having a different presentation. But overall, Firefly, what say you, Tony?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. This is another one that doesn't really need another loadout or whatever. They did fantastic with this, even though they gave him Beachhead's gun. I mean, I gave him the loadout from Gridiron like you did. With he's got his original color weapon that Gridiron made, that UMP, and I know his
cool. The
optical device, his nods are cool. Yeah. The little remote controls dope. Everybody was saying that his eyes and his head sculpt look a little cartoony.
It's bad.
I get it, but it didn't bother me as much because the other one, the previous release, his eyes were so like menacing and scarred, and they look cool. But this doesn't bother me. This is the Firefly I was waiting for. I did not like the other one. I customized the shit out of him real quick, like a lot of other customizers did. And but this is him. 2 bandoliers across the chest, grenades, pouches, bombs. You know, I mean, this is the end all be all right here. You want to get some 3D printed stuff? Go for it. Do it. They even hooked you up with Hasbro hooked you up with his blade on his in his arm. He had that. You look at the old 3 3/4 inch figure. He has it. So and they finally me.
Oh, go ahead.
One more thing to finally. I'm sorry. I think Bobby B will appreciate this. They finally another one that did a drop leg holster the right way, like they did with Major Blood. You can't just have a strap on your thigh and a holster and nothing attached to your belt. That's just me being.
I mean, you could. It would just have to be cinched down pretty damn
right. It'd be cinched down.
Leg.
It'd be cinched down so hard you take off your trousers, it's imprinted on your thigh. You come down on a helicopter with that, it's going all the way to your ankle. But yeah, man. I mean, I'm just nitpicky. So, but this is awesome. I was waiting for this.
Oh, how dare you use the V word, Ray? No, I'm kidding. We're kidding.
Oh.
And actually, we got a big time Valor critic here, so we'll be nice tonight. Right. So we're okay with that. But
I admit too, I did use the V words. That Urban Trooper, the Urban Trooper for Firefly.
He's getting re-released. I picked up one, and then I got the security forces, the gray plate carrier that I'm going to swap out on him.
Yeah, the plate carrier is pretty dope.
So I gotta say something about this figure.
Yeah,
it would have been higher up if it wasn't for the loose torso.
Oh yeah, a lot of people had problems.
And even though I said that the torso isn't a problem because it's on a ratcheting system, it stays where it needs to be. He is so floppy that it's just unacceptable. And it's not just,
I agree.
It's not like I'm the only one that has it. It's everyone that has it.
Spec, David, shout out to David Spec. He went through 3 of them through Amazon because they were so floppy. And he didn't, I told him, just get that Kiki loose. I mean, I'd fix him, but he came up with his own idea. But he just kept
he's on a ratcheting system, so he stays where he needs to be. But it's still a huge issue to me.
Oh, it was a big issue with these. Yeah, it's crazy. I got lucky.
I think I got a decent one, and I do want to shout out Punk. Thank you for this comment. Yeah, guys, there's 120 people watching all night. Like the damn video, right? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, if you love,
help us out.
If you love classified, we got legends.
We got you covered, baby.
Legends on this podcast doing a best of the year. Like the video. Thank you so much.
Hit that goddamn like button.
There you go. Hit the goddamn like button. So this is the thing where Firefly, he he has those multiple looks, which is also part of why we were talking about Grunt. We'll talk about him again, but just giving us different options, looks is just one of the keys in making classified super dope and getting that ultimate value along with all those accessories. And then also major shout out to Chaz the Guru. He's been very supportive of a toy kind of mood all year.
Yeah.
So happy holidays. Thanks for always sharing our stuff. And
What up, Chaz?
we're
Thank
on our
you.
show on the last Terradrome, one of the last Terradromes. So appreciate that too. So all love and the holidays.
And he's got the best memes. How do you say it, Bobby?
Memes.
Bobby would say mem. No, I'm just kidding.
I had a supervisor when I was in Korea that would refer to them as memes.
Okay.
And it
Well,
would
then
drive all of us
Chaz
nuts.
has the best memes in the business.
They're memes now. Zartan and memes.
So for those who are showing up late, we gave Chaz a little shout with our favorite. Well, this was our #1 figure of the year. So if in case you guys are joining us late, it was easily Falcon.
Just give him Dusty's
yeah,
head, and you're all right.
Holy shit! Naked HD just showed up.
What was that?
Naked HD.
Oh,
Patrick
no,
Stewart.
look at this. Oh, speaking of legends, Firefly is all
Patrick-
about equipment.
Patrick,
to me, so
not
having-
Picard Stewart chiming in.
Dude,
What's
not
up, brother?
Picard. Thanks for checking in from the full force, baby. What's up, man? What's
Yes,
going
all
on?
about the
Patrick?
equipment. The equipment's awesome.
Sir Patrick in the house.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. So I think that was it for our top 5. So we're done for the night. No, I'm kidding. All right. So
Wow.
coming up next, man, this was the worst pick. I'm going to be honest. You're one of my favorite people, but how could you put this figure so damn low, Baldy? What's wrong with you?
Bruh, it's not winter. We got him in May. That's the problem.
Oh, it should have been a Christmas special.
Should have been a Christmas. Listen, he's amazing. They did a really nice job. I think, I didn't get a chance to review him just purely out of laziness, but he's like, he reminds me of Kurt Russell in The Thing. Okay.
Sure.
They totally nailed it. I think that's the look they were going for here. He's beautiful. Easily one of the best engineered figures as well, as far as that backpack stores everything and it stores it well. So he really is. I mean, yes, he could have been lower, but how many times can we go through 60 plus figures this year and get them down to our top 5? You couldn't. You gave us an impossible task. That's why he's number 4. Thanks a lot, Travis.
But you guys are doing it. And hey, shout out to Yorktown Joe. Thanks so much for checking that out, man. Thank you.
Nice.
Thanks for joining. Please like, subscribe if you care. Snow Job, awesome. So actually, just to recap, because they didn't have slides for it. Yeah, number 4, we had the eel from B, and we had Torpedo from Punk. So more underwater figures were in the 4, and then we're skipping over that because we talked about it, and then we're here with Snow Job. And
I have a quick question for Snow Job. Sorry, if you can back up for a second. Did people have an issue getting his goggles on with his
Hood up?
hood there?
Yes.
Yeah, it takes some work, but it's not a big issue.
I don't
I
think it's a
didn't,
big
but I
issue.
did not. But I gave them to someone else.
Okay. A lot of people told me that they couldn't do it. I just wanted to show that it could be done.
It's not that he couldn't do it; it was difficult. I want to mention something on this figure. He has a very large backpack for how much he carries, but it's very realistic in how large it would be for carrying all that stuff. So it's not like, oh wow, they just trying to cram everything. The way they did it, in my opinion, was awesome.
That was great.
And I took the second head and I popped it on an extra Tiger Force for Kondo, because I was looking at both these head sculpts and I'm like, it's a waste to let one go to. It's a waste to let one go to waste.
I agree.
The head sculpt is just so damn good on both these figures. And let's be honest, he can't be in the snow all the time. He's got to do some.
One of the Devil's Due issues, I think it is. He goes to Italy because he's the closest Joe to defend the embassy or whatever he does.
And he's in full snow gear.
I think he's in like Arctic camo, but he's not in. But it's like he's like the shadows all the time, so you can't tell.
So he's in mint, right?
Yes, the futuristic mint green. Come circle back to me in 2 weeks when those figures ship. We'll talk then.
All right, we got 2 and 4. We got a retro figure here. So we'll go with Punk. You got a couple, but we'll go with this one first. So because this is a number 4 pick and then a number 2 already. So this was very high on your list for a figure. If you look to the left, tell us why you have a Storm Shadow here so high when we had something kind of similar.
Because he was number 1 last year. And he was that damn good. And I sat there and I looked at him along with my number 1 for quite some time together. They fit perfectly together.
So they're
Everything
twins.
on him is just good. This figure is made so well. There's nothing loose on it. Oh, I take it back. The way that the bow snaps onto the backpack sucks. You need sticky tack or it's gonna fall off. But everything else is amazing. It's a solid figure. Yeah. There's nothing really soft on it. You don't feel like something's gonna break. They can stand on one foot. He looks like an actual ninja, which Matthew will tell you ninjas didn't exist until like 1953 or something. But either way, he was just really cool. And again, he was number 1 on my list last year. So I think the retro one may even be better.
Okay, so an enhancement on your number 1 choice. I guess that's an interesting angle, but
and again, it goes back to what I was saying, like the elf. I looked at that elf since I think January it came. Looking at how awesome it was. This thing sits behind me. It's always by me. I actually didn't take it downstairs and put it in my display. It actually sits up here, so when I'm on the live streams, I see it all the time. It's just such a damn good figure.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Romo also had it in the top 5. So go ahead, Tony. You had it at number 4. Do you agree with Punk? What's up with the Arashikage Ninja here?
Yes, for Tommy, his first release was good, except I understand. I don't know why all they had to do was put different. Like here, this is Tiki Tac. His armbands, they're like archery armbands or whatever they are with that big old pad on them. I doctored them, man. I shaved them down and put the Fuchsia's armbands on top of them, and it looked pretty retro. And then I had him standing up there. Then when the retro came out, it was perfect. He's a brighter white, the better arm wraps, arrows are white, the flocks or whatever. I can't remember what they're called. This was the quiver. The feathers on his they have they have a name for them things.
Sure.
Flechette or fletch.
Wait,
I don't know.
Hold on. There's some people in the chat that think this isn't a classified figure.
Can I address that?
It is.
Let me address that. That is because I say the retro are not classified. They're not. Numbered.
Yeah, that's right.
They're not classified. So I'm a complete contradiction here. I'm a complete hypocrite because yes, even in my top 10, I use the retro cards. I still throw them in with the classified because they do fit in there. But I will stand by it that the retro are not. So listen, I'm a hypocrite. I'm an idiot. I'm all those things, but that's the reason why people are saying it.
This is a retro. This is a retro classified figure.
I will drink to that.
He's just saying the retro is not classified. He's a retro.
No, a retro would be 118.
Well, no, we all say these ones are retro. The retro line.
Because technically it doesn't say classified.
It doesn't say
classified.
It doesn't at all on the title.
No, but go on Hasbro Pulse right now. It's underclassified.
It is. It's a
well, that's because they don't know what they're doing, Baldy. They don't know anything. Just like Grunt and Army Builder.
That's right.
My God.
It can be.
Let's get quick kick on that card. All right.
Hey, the same people, hear me out. The same people put in the comments. I love you all. Eric and Ray, I love you guys. You're gonna your top list for next year. You're gonna have Duke and Scarlet 1 and 2, and
I know, right? And they're going, not
classified, man. I'm kidding.
I will not have Duke. I promise you that.
He hates Duke.
I know you.
Yeah.
With Diana Davis. So go read. Duke.
But I gave him the dagger he's supposed to have from his 3/4 inch.
There we go.
I gave him the dagger in the belt, and I gave him his nunchucks on his belt too, and then a gridiron bow because I hated that other bow. Because Punk's right, you can't put it
scale. Classified scale. There you go.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, I guess I got to take a shot now that I said gridiron again. So give me my shot. So
anyway, see, at least everyone has a sense of humor. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness, we got your homies here, bro. Right
Who's
here.
that?
Thank you so much.
He just knows that money's going right back to him.
See what I do?
It's going right back to you, Mark, tomorrow when I buy. But yeah, awesome.
Shout out to
so much, Mark.
Wade, Colin, and Mark, and Sandy, and all the Von Cannon family.
Does Mark know we're drinking every time they say gridiron?
Yeah, see, Mark, and look, the one who's empty.
I thought all super chats got split 5 ways.
It's supposed to.
Yeah, the gridiron loadout for Storm Shadow is awesome, but yeah, I used it on the other one, so that way the retro could just be the way it is.
You used everything on your Storm Shadow.
Yeah, but happy holidays to Gridiron Studios and Merry Gridmas. It was a great
Von Cannon
day event, and we had him on a couple weeks ago, and it was awesome. It was the Terradrome. The Terradrome is back, so that's our custom focus show. So yeah, what's
Mark,
up, Punk?
I need to ask, Mark, will you have any snow weapons with mint green on it? I just need to know.
It's realistic. There's research done. Apparently not the research I'm doing, though, which is completely not leading to green mint being a camouflage color. But
what do you guys mean with the mint green on snow weapons? What do you mean?
Yeah, you know what? I'm missing that too.
I had to ask. I don't give a shit.
There's another military brand that has Arctic figures coming out next month.
Oh yeah.
Being white and gray.
How could we miss it? That's our fault. That's a toy kind of.
Wait. That inside joke's been between me and Bobby this whole time.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I've been asking.
Look at Mark.
Are you talking about that French company?
In the house, KJ? Yeah, no. Mark says hell no.
Yeah. Cool.
But
anyway, all right. Let's move on to
make them look like the Wolverines from Red Dawn. They had snow.
We got a number 4 pick, Grunt, and easily like this is a near perfect Grunt. I mean, you can give him another. Yeah, if you don't, I think the M16, it was not a good one. It was not a good gun for Mutt, but it was good for him. But you're going to use the laser rifle anyway.
True.
And then just giving them all that looks, even that little Nintendo Switch was a lot of fun. And especially when people did the Photoshop with Pornhub, that was a good. I think Chaz or
that was awesome. Did Chaz do that one?
Fun. I don't know. It might have been Figure God. Shout out to Figure God. It might have been
Figure God and Chaz. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, the guys are killing it in the meme game. But Grunt, like should never ever be on anyone's top 10. Just
until this good,
until it came out, and then you're like, holy moly, this is the figure of the year, and it should not even be on a list. But yeah, it's in the top 5. It's on many of our top 5s, top 10. It's just an awesome. I did use them as an army builder because it was $12. So there you go. Sure. I did use value as one of my choices because I got to have Grunt and I got to have a bunch of Grunts. So it was cool. Everything about him is awesome. Updated face sculpt. B, take me through your reasoning.
I think he was the sleeper of the wave when he hit. I think everyone saw him like, oh yeah, Grunt. He looks good. He looks, military. I'm a sucker for the realistic side of things. I saw that plate carrier that he has, and I was like, that is amazing. With that, right. I hope we see a Resolute Duke down the line. But I think just overall, and then I got the figure. I thought it was fantastic. Everything he's got. It's such a simple figure because he's just Dusty and Stalker with some different web gear and belts and stuff. And then
True.
The weapons, I didn't have any issues too crazy because I think I picked up 3 Grunts. And all 3 of them were pretty decent when it came to their weapons coming out of the wax paper bags. But I got them. I took them out back into there's like a flower bed kind of situation going on with some bushes and stuff. And I just got some amazing pictures. And I was like, this figure is fantastic.
But do you run around your backyard in your outfit?
Yeah, I get in full uniform. I roll around. It's a good time. I complain about fashion from figures.
Hint.
Hey, Romo, Spec thinks we went on at 5 p.m. because our last two shows were 5 p.m. Pacific
Oh
time.
no,
But
Spec. We
we
started at
only
8
started
o'clock Arizona
less
time.
than, yeah, we started a couple hours ago, maybe not even.
Wow,
So.
Liquid Identity, really? Wow, 2 vanilla on the shelf. Okay,
Wow.
all right.
Yeah.
Oof,
He needs
absolutely
more.
wrong.
You were skipping an $11 figure. Okay.
Exactly.
We needs more crystal ball. It's
Only if
not
it's the
Nemesis
IDW
Immortal, man.
Whoa.
So,
Okay.
Travis, I want to ask you a question that you said at the beginning of this. That you said the M16 was good for him, but bad for Mutt. Why do you say that?
Oh, he has a good answer.
Had you watched my reviews, I watch yours. Just kidding. So, hey, check it out. But Mutt and Junkyard, I like him having the hand for Mutt, one of the hands for either the hand gesture or to hold on to the harness, a leash, or whatever. I need a hand free for Mutt. If he's holding an M16, he doesn't have his hands free. Yeah, and sure, he can like yell at Junkyard to go do this, but they came with all those hands. I want to use them, and I like obviously having the Mac 10. You know what I mean? Or at least
isn't he
11.
military police?
Sure, but he's got a dog with him, and he needs to like.
No, he's not military police. He's just a dog handler. Law and order. Law is the military.
I know
police.
Law and Order.
Yeah.
Law.
So he's got 25 different hand selections. I don't want them both holding a right.
Oh, he can't hold every hand either. So
yeah, but at least hold one of them. Hold the hand, hold my hand, punk. We'll be okay. We'll make it through the holidays.
I'm gonna have a jar of Mutt hands soon.
Anyway, we'll probably talk about that figure in a little bit, but that was our number 4s. And then just to recap, because now we're gonna go through this kind of when's the speed round?
Oh no, we didn't do our number 1s yet, right?
I know, but I think it might be this one anyway. Oh yeah, it is. This is the super fast round because some of us were picking the same and already picked. So, but to get in number 3, we had Romo already talk about Dreadnought Ripper, and I already talked about Rock and Roll. But those were our number 3 overall. Was Romo Ripper and me Rock and Roll. And then here we go. We already talked about this, but it was an honorable mention, and it makes top 3 choice Bobby B range.
Bobby B.
This one surprised me as far as when it dropped. So I was like, oh, Range Viper, cool. Because I had Skullbuster as a kid. I didn't have any Range Vipers. The only Range Viper I have is with the Defense of Cobra Island 7-pack or whatever from the 25th anniversary.
Oh, okay.
And he's still sealed. I wasn't cracking him out anytime soon. So yeah, it definitely surprised me just with the LMG and the grenade launcher. It was a lot of fun. And then we're going back to the plate carriers. We saw it with the Shooter, we saw it with Grunt, and now we're seeing it with him. So I think it looks fantastic. Fun looking figure. It's just outlandish enough to be G.I. Joe, and it just, I guess, relatively down to earth to hold my attention. So I was definitely a fan of it.
Yeah, and that's what I love. You have an open mind because you're military, obviously, but you're picking a fantasy character. And even though it's a helmet, I mean, it still has those crazy, creepy,
intimidating
horror vibes. Yeah, it's intimidating, but it's obviously a character that's going to be divisive as well. You know what I mean? It should be. It's fantastic, but some people see G.I. Joe. Some people see G.I. Joe as one thing, and most don't. So it's happened. So it's a fantastic choice. Is there any specific? Now, what did you think of? I did watch it. I don't exactly remember, but what did you think of the Fire Team Range Viper, and what other looks do you want to see on Range Viper?
Definitely want to see him in purple, like Skullbuster. I think somebody did a custom of it that looked fantastic
Nice.
on one of the Facebook groups. But the red and black, everyone loves red and black. It's you can't go wrong with that color combination. But as far as being part of the HISS team, I feel like the Range Vipers would kind of operate on their own, where they wouldn't be a part of the HISS team. They'd go do like forward recon for the HISS and then report back real quick, but they wouldn't be attached to the HISS. So that was my only like downside, I guess, to that. But that's just taken out of the fantasy realm a little bit, I guess.
And Envy's coming. Envy's coming.
Oh, forgot about who did that or who started all that nonsense.
I'm not really sure, but Envy is coming.
What is Envy?
What's Envy?
Envy's the female range viper.
The female range viper.
Oh wait, I remember wasn't
Oh,
it
Evie. Evie. I'm
Evie.
sorry.
Evie? Yeah, I remember now.
You guys said
Damn it,
gridiron.
Zen.
You
Now
guys
we got a
said
damn it
gridiron
Larry
too
sticker.
much.
Now we got to get a
Sorry.
damn it Zen sticker.
Yeah.
Stop saying gridiron.
Sorry.
All right. All right, we'll move on to number 3. And yeah, this was an honorable mention, but it made we talked about, shout out to Black Genghis. He's somewhere in the chat. This was his figure of the year, and
Very
it's your number
nice.
3, Baldy.
Good call, Black Angus. Listen, this was again another, to me, like an epitome of a good update for Classified. Right? It's a good modern take. The face sculpt, I don't think gets enough love. This is right on par with Major Blood. Major Blood is easily one of the best that came out last year. I think this is one of the best, if not the best, to come out this year.
Major Blood was 2 years ago, right? Not to be specific, but I think 21.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Anyway, real quick, this makes me, looking at his face sculpt, this makes me want a Snake Eyes, his real face. You could do that with him. Do a Snake Eyes like that. Oh my God, people eat it up.
Absolutely. I have
I think I got one from IBMMT.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
You got one.
I
from
bet
him.
my man thing.
Yeah, that was a badass one. Yeah.
Yeah, he killed it.
God, Baldy. Sorry about that. God, Baldy.
No problem. I mean, the update to the drone, I really like, when the old one was a static piece, right? It just had the tripod legs or the 4 legs. And now this is a drone that kind of moves, that's mobile. I thought it was such a great update. I think they really killed it with this figure.
Many people agreeing with you in the chat room. Two-Face, Scrap Iron, and
no doubt,
right here is the official figure of the year. So
figure of the year for KJ
right now. We can end the show right now. Genghis said it's figure of the year. All right, cool. But yeah, that's that's number 3. Lots of love for Black Genghis and the Toy Kind of Mood and all of you. So we're getting into number 2 territory now. And
I thought my
oh wait,
you
didn't talk to Punk.
Who?
Wow.
Hey, I thought he was going to give me more hell on the show, and now I feel like a jerk. There you go. All right, so let's talk about Range Viper. Let's talk about Range Viper with B for another. All right, so there is Punk camouflaged logo in the snow. I didn't even see it, to be honest. Like, it's the same colors as Scrap Iron's drone.
It's on his damn shirt.
Moody, yourself. What was that, Roma?
It's on his shirt, the damn logo too.
Yeah.
First off, I have to say that Baldy's circled around it is that mint green. Anyway, okay, so this figure, I think it was $45. The face sculpt is amazing.
Yeah.
The helmet is kind of, I mean, you can get it to fit right. It is a little loose, but it's not that big of a deal. The one thing that everyone talks about updating the Joes in classified form, and it actually makes complete sense because they are the military. So you're going to update. The reason why a lot of these Cobras don't need to be updated is they're already futuristic. And this is the perfect example. He's just a regular warrior. He's out there. But the drone, changing it from just being a regular missile launcher, they didn't give it working treads, but it's perfectly fine. They gave it rubber treads. So, I mean, they're static. They don't move. But again, I don't really need it to.
No.
I really wish they would have had the automatic pistol because I absolutely loved that pistol as a kid. It was like my favorite pistol. But giving him the Sega Game Gear, so he has something to play when he's not launching missiles. Again, why they need file cards is Lenny told the whole story about he's a perfectionist. Everything is supposed to be perfect for him, and he gets like half of his face blown off. And that's
he became a perfectionist because of that.
Right. I thought he was a perfectionist before that.
I don't know. I mean, that's the way I took it.
I was just going with the Renegade story where he took the rocket to the face that Heavy D or Roadblock threw at him.
I mean, I remember Lenny talking about it. And again, if I had a file card, if I had a QR code that took me somewhere besides
The working website.
Hasbro laid off 1,100 people, be awesome.
Happy holidays, everybody.
But no, I mean, yeah, I really like this figure. I did have to give him another submachine gun because he really does need to have something more than just a pistol. Because once you fire those 2 rockets, well, then you're out. And no one mentioned the blast effects, which can be used on his tank for the missiles.
Yep,
it can be used obviously on the bazookas because they gave it to us with the fire team. And then when you can get those to be in the right position, they work, but sometimes they just look stupid. They look like frozen tidal waves.
Sure, for sure. Let me
Shooting
just
the Galaxy did it great.
Yeah, for sure. Let me
You
just
can use
stop
one
you
for
guys.
bazooka too.
Yeah. Hang on one second. We got a super chat, and I want to make sure I'm catching up with the chat. So great streaming from Poplender. Thank you, dude. Thank you so much. It's been a blast to watch and see everyone's opinions besides Moody. That's what makes this fellowship so great. We can disagree on our faves, but love G.I. Joe all the same. Happy New Year to you, and Happy New Year to everyone watching tonight. It's a tremendous gang that we got here and tremendous audience. So
and I want to give a shout out.
much.
I want to give a shout out to him too because we met him on the member stream last Friday. So it's the first time I had met him. So super cool to meet like new people.
Is
people that jump on streams.
Is Poplender DS77's cousin?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Got the cousins
And
in here.
He makes
both in here. They're both in here.
That's a solid point. Is that we all have opinions and we can all play nice together, even if Punk is yelling at us.
They yell at everyone. So
I love it. I love it when he goes like that. It's my Punk. He's crazy.
I like it.
Nice. All right, cool. Let's see what else. Actually, let's see what else we got in the chat. Cause I'm behind.
Go ahead, bro. I've been slacking too.
Yeah. No, you're good. We have amazing guests, so it's hard to. Let's see. Poplender again. Face sculpt is fantastic. He screams classic scrap iron, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And Mattson says Renegades use the kind of face for scrap iron. So cool. Yorktown Joe, he was flying to help Destro and Renegades and got half his face ruined in that show. So there you go. Some great knowledge here. Oh, I like this DOS effects. They want to.
Yep.
They want
There
to.
you go.
The blast.
Blast
Nice. I love that.
That was good.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, for sure, man. This has been tremendous. So, all right, let's get back to it. That was scrap iron. Did you have anything else, Punk, before we move on?
Nope. No, I never.
Cool. All right, that was our top. That was our number 3s. All right. Let's see if I can
scrap iron's dope. That drone is sick.
All right, number 2. Make sure there's only one logo on this time. I think that's just BaldyLockz. So we actually have a female. We're not.
I know. My bad.
Bunch of chauvinist.
So I was joking earlier.
Yeah, because you're the only one who picked a female. But I'll say this: it is my classified female figure of the year, and it would have made my list if I didn't get horrible. I don't know if anyone saw my review, but horrible QC issues on this figure. It was so bad. But the figure itself, the design and the weapons and everything, and the face sculpt, absolutely tremendous. But this is all about Baldy. So
so the only QC issue I had was right when I opened it, the legs were a little warped. Nothing.
I remember that.
And listen, and I know that like Punk totally loves this, but I just put her in warm water, and they totally straightened out.
Nice.
What I like about this character is that I have absolutely no connection to her at all.
Same.
When I did the research, when I checked her out, her story was just, I thought, really cool. Well done. I know that a lot of people think that she's like, what is that called? Like, Ray.
My bad, Baldy. Shooter was an honorable mention, but I was talking about the top 5. But I wasn't. I forgot. So Shooter
was still number 6.
Yeah.
not in your top 5.
Both females were badass too. I mean,
no, they're both amazing. But
right? If you're not first, you're last. Right?
Story of my life. Yeah, but go ahead.
But anyway, I just thought like once I looked into her, such a cool character. I really thought it was neat that she's got autism. A lot of people don't know that. I thought that was a really cool kind of storyline that she had. And I just thought that she was such a fun figure once I got her, and she's really photogenic. Just a lot of fun to play with.
Yeah, I agree. Kill Bill Classified. That's the vibes I got. Except it was like
absolutely. I see that.
Kill Bill and Cyberpunk, especially with that game 27, like Cyberpunk and Kill Bill met each other. Like that's the thing.
I can totally see that. I mean that the whole Uma Thurman vibe. I definitely see it. I agree with that.
Yeah. Got it. So,
except no bare feet.
This brings up a good one. Romo, what was your favorite female figure of the year?
Man, that's a toss up because I'm
gross.
I like Shooter. I like Shooter too, but and then I changed CoverGirl's head sculpt, but she wasn't 2023. Yeah,
CoverGirl was 2023.
Well,
she was right.
Early first.
CoverGirl was sure.
Okay,
with Falcon.
And I had put another head sculpt, but I do like Helix a lot. I just did not display her with those crazy arm blades when they're pretty cool, but I mean they all have to be vanilla in here. I can't really go crazy with the posing.
Show your sweater again, Baldy.
Sorry guys, there we go.
There's Scarlet, CoverGirl, Helix, and Shooter. So yeah, man, I would have to say a toss up between Shooter and Helix. I like them both.
This was a good one right here, Crimson Baroness, but it was in a 3-pack with 2 repaints that were okay. So it's like kind of forgotten a little bit. But
she was technically a repaint. I mean,
but they gave her new stuff.
They gave her double jointed elbows, right?
And I really did enjoy. I enjoyed her as a figure. Yeah, I think nice subtle updates. But I just liked Helix a little bit more.
Cool. Yeah. What about you, Punk? Favorite?
Well, everyone broke up.
Favorite female release.
Favorite female classified figure.
That's what I did. I looked at my collection.
I'm doing right now.
He's gonna say Alf.
Black Widow.
Alf. Black Widow. Yeah.
I don't know. There were none that I can't think of any that stood out that I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. I thought Helix was decent, except for her arm was broken.
Oh yeah, you guys had problems. I didn't.
I don't really care for. I mean, I don't think Shooter is bad, but not great. Mm-hmm. Her weapon sucks, and her shoes are dumb.
I changed both.
The Valkyries.
I like it.
Valkyries are cool. It would probably be the Valkyries.
I told Larry the other day that I slept on the Valkyries. I want to get them now because I was just staring at them and looking at them the other day. I'm like, wow, I slept on these. I'm gonna have to get them because they are pretty badass. Except I don't like the tan accessories, but that's easily remedied. So
I like it because it makes them pop because they're not just another blue
I'll probably
soldier.
Paint them a different color. It's just so random.
I think Trav, you and I are in the minority. I like the tan. I thought it looked pretty good.
I don't mind the tan.
And if we're cheating with like accessories and stuff, if we're adding easily the best female figure of the year for me would be the Cobra Hiss Gunner with Silk's head from Marvel Legends.
That's good.
That would have been
I used Silk's head on the Valkyries.
Yeah,
that works too.
So the one thing that I told Tony is that I took one of my Valkyries and I took the Televiper's head sculpt that had like the face shield on it, and I plopped it on there, and now I have a female style Televiper that's has different, a different look to her. But I put one of the Televiper's backpacks on it, so it works.
I do think that Vipra was a
she's cool. Yeah,
she's underrated. I think.
I think she's a sleeper. Everybody says she can't stand. She's standing on one foot right here.
Yeah, she was kind of like, Chew's kind of like. Wait, do you actually have it standing on one foot? Hold on.
1 foot. Hold on, I gotta let go.
Oh, it's
Can you
not.
see
It's
it?
now a Jada toy. It's now a Jada toy. Can you believe that?
Whoa.
There
So-
you go.
Yeah, no, great. No, I would say she's kind of like the wolf spider of the female figures, where it's just like a Kit Bash, but they made, Vipra obviously does have history in Joe and modern and stuff, but it was cool that they actually and OG, sorry. But no, it was cool that they kind of gave her a character instead of just like Python Patrol female off, whatever. It was cool that they gave it, made it Vipra. It'll make us want the actual Vipra now.
They do hide it a little bit, but she does have a kind of a nice badunkadunk there. So if you know her history, if you know her history at all, her name is Anaconda. So my Anaconda don't want none unless you got
Wow.
one. Son.
Excuse me.
It's great. Cool. All right. I think I just spoiled my number 2 pick, but it's recency bias, but no, it's absolutely, it was the most fun I had reviewing a figure. And I'll talk to B about that because he's got a review up too. But just the fact we got, this amazing dog in Junkyard, the multiple sculpts, we talked about those multiple looks with the goggles and the muzzle. And then, I had my reason why I didn't care for the M16. It was the only thing holding it back from a perfect score, but it's still a good gun. I do like that they gave it a green barrel and whatever. So, it's green stock, but yeah, it's awesome. It's really a harness, freaking dog collar, just super fun, posable. You could do all the dog looks with all the hand gestures and everything. So I just thought it was awesome. B, you reviewed it too. I know it's not on your list,
Yeah,
but
I didn't know if it was counting for 2023 or not, since it
oh,
wasn't.
it's counting.
Me
Like,
too.
got
I
it.
did not know that. I did
mass
not know.
skipping, so I skipped out on them. I didn't include him
I
in my
thought he was
66 figure count.
2024.
So 67 figures for the year 2023 if you count Mutt, not counting Junkyard. But
Well, it's one less figure I can consider for next year. It makes the job
yeah.
easier.
Hey,
But,
he shipped this year, so he's 2023. You
Well,
can't
yeah,
have
and
it.
Amazon shipped me a second one. I got one today from Amazon. So looking out for my roommate. I don't need a second one, but looking out for my roommate and Amazon. If Amazon ships it, it's not like it came from Revenge of the Weirdo from overseas. It was from Amazon, bro. Like, all right. So if you would count it, B, where does he place? Does he place higher? Does he make your top 5, top 3?
I'd probably throw him in the honorable mentions.
Okay.
Just because of I don't need my figure to be able to store all their stuff. I know that's a huge thing for a lot of people because the old ones did it, but I think I get them in their poses, I get them set up, and then they go into my shelves or whatever. But I think he's a great figure. He's got all the different hand options, so you can kind of set them up how you want to with the different goggles, the muzzle, and everything. And then not to mention, you can take the vest off the dog and everything. So I would have preferred Law and Order first, but that's just because I used to be an MP.
So I want to say this.
Go ahead, Punk.
So for me, it's when I get the figure. So I will get this figure hopefully in 2024. I did have BBTS send it out. So there's a good chance that this may go on my best of 2025 for all I know. Once it hits,
it's got to stop in Ohio for 4 days.
Yes, at least. So I know I won't be getting this before the new year.
You guys got him early. That's some bullshit. He's 2024. I'm sticking with that.
No, well, no, all the comments are people saying he's shipping.
It doesn't matter if I don't have him till 2024. When I look at my reviews, when I do the review.
Oh, 100%. No, I get that.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
I see what you're saying, Punk. That's good.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's
it's
why,
based on when you get it. Yeah.
So like last year, I didn't have the bat on it because I got the bat right before Christmas.
Okay.
And that would have been probably the number 1 or 2 figure because that bat is almost perfect.
Yeah.
So for me, I got it early.
Yep.
I would have had him on my list, but I count him as 2024. Just want to say that. So go ahead. Fine.
Okay,
Whatever.
cool. And then actually here's a good point here. Mr. McFly, what's up, dude? So he said so I love the facial expression, except that you can't use it. Like, for instance, in the review I did, he's petting the dog and it's a nice moment and he's like at his dog. It doesn't make sense. So we definitely needed a more chill, appreciative, like
Just get,
but
just
they
get,
gave
here,
they gave us
here,
a lot
just
for
get one.
$45.
Just
What's
get a
up?
stoic. Just get a stoic one. Just get a 3D printed stoic one. There you go.
Yeah.
Isn't that Tom Selleck though?
It'll be
All
fine. If you want, sure. I don't care.
That
Tom
is the guy
Selleck,
from
Burt
Blue
Reynolds,
Bloods.
whatever.
No, it's dope. It's dope. I got you. But yeah, then it's a completely new mutt. Even though it's a great custom mutt, if you already have this face, they don't match. You know what I'm saying? So, but I get what you're saying.
You don't match.
All right. Anyway, cool. What do you mean they don't match? The faces are different.
What do you mean?
I know.
Okay,
I
fine.
listen. I don't have it in hand, but I'm with you. Like you see that face, and it's like he's always angry. So
Yeah.
it's like having a screaming Duke face all the time.
Good call.
Or a smiley Duke face.
It's not as bad as the Duke yell, the Duke shout.
No, that was
You
yeah,
get
yeah.
away with it
That
a
was
lot more.
awful.
That's a cool mutt. I mean, the 3
Right.
3/4 inch was like that, wasn't he?
There's another figure from another line. He's kind of like Airborne, but not like perfectly like Airborne. And since I got rid of my other not Airborne, I looked at him like, oh yeah, I actually wanted this. I like the design, but I realized he just has a screaming face.
Huh.
Fine.
Huh.
It's fine.
I'm not familiar with that line.
Good man. Good answer.
Yeah. All right. So here, just to recap here, number 2, B had Grunt. We talked about that. Punk had Retro Storm Shadow. Of course, Baldy had Helix, and then Romo had Firefly at number 2, and then I had Mutt and Junkyard number 2. So it's the moment nobody's been waiting for except me, so I can go to the bathroom. It is the number 1 picks of the year from the classified reviewers, and here we go. All right, B's Battlegrounds, rock and roll.
Bobby B.
Take us through it.
It's been covered 100 times already tonight, and like everyone says, like when you think of classified and GI Joe, you think of you think of rock and roll. You got OG rock and roll in the green with the M60, cool, and then you switch over to the you think classified, and you got that modern, updated look. Tony mentioned the Under Armour shirt. You got the upgraded weapons and everything. The figure, I mean, the weapons are. It wasn't a good year for classified weapons for most of the figures, but if you were able to get them straightened out, they worked out pretty well. And then the only downside to it would probably just be the lack of paint apps on his belt and holsters and drop leg and everything.
Agreed.
Mhm.
That's the only negative I saw on it. The tattoos are fun, like Baldy was saying. Like that's when you think of modern military, that is modern military.
It
You
is.
go roll up anyone's sleeves, and that's what they're rocking. They're covered in tattoos. It's a lot of fun. The updated helmet and everything, just a blast figure, a lot of fun to shoot and everything like that. So as soon as it came out and I got it in hand, I was like, yeah, this is definitely my top figure of the year. And he just happened to stay in that slot as the more and more figures came out.
Yep. And dude, that's what makes you awesome, man, because once again, you're military, but you have the open mind where this doesn't have to be what you had when as a kid. It can be classified. It could give you enough of what was there when you were a kid, what they gave you, but then now it's like they're expanding on it and modernizing it.
If you would have told me back in January that there'd be 2 OG-13 figures on my list, I would have told you were full of shit.
Yeah.
And then we got Grunt and Rock and Roll here as my top 2. So
Nice.
I think Baldy had a comment.
No, I was just saying
Oh.
Bobby nailed it. I just think, yeah. I love this figure.
Yeah,
It's
I think we
fantastic
all-
detail work in that helmet, and that's the Hasbro helmet.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks super awesome with this.
Hasbro has done such a wonderful job with their helmets, making them actually soft, but they don't change form.
Right,
Unlike
right.
their fucking weapons, which God forbid, but the helmets are done awesome. Now I wouldn't want that helmet to wear on my skateboard or anything if I was skating a big ramp or running into a field. But as we've determined, these aren't these are toys. The weapons are awful, but that type of the helmets just keep their shape.
Punk, did you know that you could just warm them up in water?
No, I never heard that. Do
Yeah.
I have to use boiling hot water?
Not
No.
boiling. I would say
scalding
coffee.
hot.
Hold it.
Yeah.
Scalding, not
And I
pee
just
warming.
stick my hand in it, right?
Yeah.
A lucky lucky for Toy Bounty Hunter was starting right away at number 1, so you're all set for the rest of the night.
Awesome.
No. Hey, we're seeing a lot of love for Chuckles and
Big Ben.
I don't know. There's man. Let's talk about Chuckles for a little bit while we're here. We got these guys here. So
okay.
yeah, we'll go with you, Bobby. Go ahead. You're the one with the comment here. So.
I think they did Chuckles dirty. They massacred him.
They did.
They did. I get it. You know, he's a fun character. Well, he could be a fun character. He's wearing a Hawaiian shirt. Haha, I get it. It's funny. But you read that the IDW, right? The Last Laugh. You read The Last Laugh, and that your whole perspective of him just is different. He's this gritty, badass, undercover Joe. I don't want to spoil any of the comments. People haven't read it. He gets the job done, and he does it at high risk to himself, no matter the physical and mental damage he takes on himself. And they got the figure. The Shipwreck's legs, we were talking about him earlier. Those would have been perfect for him.
There you go.
Perfect for him. Yeah. And then he's got that goofy bicep cut. And then we get that beat up, tattered suitcase instead of getting the metal one. And I get it. He transferred everything from the fancy high tech one into the beat up round one. But I think that
is a great custom. Wow, that's freaking awesome.
I think there was some bigwig sitting in a conference room when they pitched Chuckles, and he's like, "Oh, he's in a Hawaiian shirt. He should be on vacation." And then everyone's like, "I don't know." And this guy's like, "Yeah, vacation would be funny. Give him a lei that we can only mold and use one time." And they gave him that and everything. So I think they did him dirty when it comes to that stuff.
Here's another
great figure for the most part, but I think they just beat him up a little bit. And he could have been a lot better.
I agree. I'll let you guys talk about Chuckles in one second. Todd brings up a good one. Big Ben. We didn't bring a Big Ben. That was a great. I mean, I think most of you guys loved that, right?
No, I'm sorry.
I did. I didn't have no connection.
Oh, go ahead, Punk.
No, there is a reviewer, and he broke down Big Ben and exactly why he is completely wrong in every way. So I couldn't even put. I mean, he probably my last classified. I mean, he is nothing like their military. Nothing.
Does he shoot like this with his elbow up?
The chicken arm?
Yeah.
Are you talking about anal OG?
He might be.
Is that? Yeah,
I just know that I watched a video and he was broken down to a T that he is not like with the
SAS.
Like,
we know. I got you. Yeah.
So
I like the two with the way he like kit bashed him to look like this and that. That was cool, and that was about it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was a fun figure for sure. I thought he was.
Oh, he's awesome.
Gas mask head sculpt.
Yeah,
amazing.
He looks dope.
I say positive shit all the time. You guys just focus on the negative.
That was so horrible.
Well, Punk had to say something positive because it's.
I liked the video.
It's not his worst.
Spec with old man yells at cloud.
There's a lot of Chuckles hate and love in the chat. Very divisive figure, but Big Ben, we've got to agree. We kind of slept on my list. I will one thing. I think he needed a backpack, right? But it's Walmart, so they gave him a different head sculpt, which was generous for a Walmart exclusive. But without the backpack,
he's a Night Force version, right?
Two big, Night Force Big Ben, two big ass rifles, and like no.
Did anyone super glue that foregrip on the front of the weapon?
No, mine's
the stupid double barrel one.
Yeah, mine. If you breathe on it, that grip comes right off.
I tossed it in my bin
somewhere.
Why are you breathing on them?
I like to get real close.
So I did want to mention Chuckles since you asked, and then you only asked Bobby about it. I never cared for Chuckles. He was a figure I didn't want. Thought he was actually stupid. I thought he looked awful. And then I got him, and I was exact opposite of Bobby B. I thought he was an actually really good figure. And I know people hated like the way he looked, but he was meant to look like the actual figure. I don't like the beat up face still, but I actually think the figure is way better and way more fun than I was anticipating.
You don't like
that? If Spec would have waited instead of opening his mouth in the chat, he would have heard me say all that positive shit.
He did say it's positive stuff, Spec.
Yeah, go watch the replay and educate yourself, Spec. What's wrong with you?
I'm totally with Bobby. I'm with
He's
Bobby.
like,
If you read that last laugh, I think you guys would all do yourself a favor if you read the last laugh, just like you would do yourself a favor if you watch Resolute. They're some of the best media to update G.I. Joe. And I really think that the last laugh really did Chuckles justice. I kind of feel like that's who we got with that James Bond, right?
Yeah.
It was just, I think it was Retrob lasting. And I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, Retrob lasting. But he did a nice video on how Chuckles is, or James Bond was based on Chuckles. And, you know, I really do think that you're right. The comic on the inside of the Chuckles box made him more comical, which is, you're right. It's kind of like it wasn't the right light to put Chuckles in, because I think he's a much better character than how they portrayed him.
For sure, man. Nailed it there. All right, we'll return to talk about what else we missed. We're going at a great pace, so I think we got a few minutes towards the end, unless anyone has to go, to probably talk about what we missed that we didn't mention. But number one, just the best Snake Eyes figure we got. I think everyone agrees. But,
2022. 2022.
It came out in 2022.
Stand
Yep.
by.
Yep.
I got him in August
go-
of 22. That's why he's not on my list.
That's why he's not on my list.
Don't go by
I got
Action
mine in
Figures
February.
411.
That's
got it in
fine. Yes,
February?
you should. It's
I
accurate.
got mine in February.
So it was this year.
Yeah.
No,
No,
I'm
I
pretty sure
got-
these hit overseas first. So
See?
going back to that, I got Night Force Tunnel Rat. Should he have been on this list this year?
Yes.
No, I told you if I reviewed it in this year, that's when I got it. And, I mean,
Dude,
that's
this
how
didn't come out last year.
We needed
I
to
like,
set
I like that. I like that way of thinking. But if I just got 00 Snake Eyes,
Exactly.
no. But when I review it, I'm getting them as soon as they come out. Is what I'm saying. I'm getting them as soon as they come out, and I got this one fairly quickly.
I don't even remember where I got this one from.
In
I got-
2023.
I got that.
I'm gonna
one
say
last year.
Jeremy. Jeremy's pretty on point, man. He's like the Mr. Robot of G.I. Joe Classified, bro. I wouldn't go against what Jeremy's saying.
No,
It's a
Jeremy
23
is-
figure.
He went on
Jeremy's right.
pre-order forever before that.
That's true.
Listen.
That's true.
Jeremy should do YouTube. I've said that
Maybe-
before.
Yeah.
Jeremy is a staple in the
That's my
community.
boy right there. Yep.
If you guys don't know who Jeremy is, get on the G.I. Joe Classified community.
Community.
He's way too
He's-
stable to do.
He's awesome.
Way too stable.
Well, I want to redo my list now.
All right. So, but anyway,
But
this
he
is all
was
about.
last year. He was 22.
That's what I
No.
thought.
I
Okay,
thought he was
forget
level
it.
3.
Okay.
Are we going
No,
with US releases
hey,
then?
If
Hold
I don't have
on.
it in hand, if I don't have it in hand, how can I say it's a good or bad figure? That's the way I see it.
Wait, hold on. We're talking about the two guys who review the figures first are in
Exactly.
this chat. They're on this show and they're saying it's 2023. They get it first. Sometimes I get it first, but they are second. But they get it first or second.
Oh, there you go. Jeremy's saying
It's 23.
22
What?
internationally, 23 US.
Thank you, Jeremy.
23 US.
There you go.
Okay, well,
And guess what? The show is taking place in the United States, even though it's online. It could be anywhere.
Actually, Travis, I'm under a stairwell in a Chinese factory.
Oh yeah. It is confirmed. It is confirmed. It is confirmed. I knew it. Then how'd you get?
I would
Mutt
have
and
had
Junkyard?
him. I would have had him up.
It doesn't
there.
even matter. Your review is like twice as many people have watched it, even though I was ahead. Doesn't matter. You're the best. And Punk's number the best too. Okay, you're
I
all
would
the
have
best.
had, for the record, I would have had him as number 1 too. So you can put my logo
Yeah.
right there with Punk.
Yeah, put
worry,
mine
hey.
there too.
Tony,
Yeah.
you're part of my crew, so don't worry.
And Baldy, you would be the best if you gave us some damn content in the last 3 weeks. Where'd you been, bro? Like you're my favorite reviewer and
Christmas time.
Listen, I am live from my mom's basement, and I've been grounded for over a month. So listen, I'm surprised.
Shout out to Baldy's mom.
She's letting me use the AOL dial-up tonight, so
Did
I'm
she
good.
give you meatloaf?
Ma,
Meatloaf.
meatloaf.
All right, Larry, do we want to talk about?
Mom, I'm
homie
on with
Snake
my
Eyes?
friends.
Well, I mean, I wanted to, but I mean, you keep taking it off and going back, and
Mom, make me a turkey pot pie.
so okay. So I'm just gonna say it like Commando Snake Eyes was not my favorite Snake Eyes as a kid. Obviously, it was version 2.
Right.
This figure, and I think Commando Snake Eyes with Timber is awesome, but this was something that they hit everything right. And to me, it looks more like what we actually got with issue 21. But giving him the Uzi finally, I know we've seen other ones with the Uzi, but giving this one with a nice Uzi, a proper gun, the grenades, the detonator, like everything just.
The grenades are sick.
They nailed everything. And you can't, I don't understand how someone could be upset with this figure. You know, if you want to say, hey, you know, I like Commando Snake Eyes more because
That's fine.
he looks more modern, then I can understand. But to me, this just knocked it out of the park.
I co-sign every word.
And again, it goes to what I was saying. I've been looking at him and Storm Shadow, both retros, sitting there together like how they're supposed to be.
Yep, looking badass together. Represent that.
Punk,
There you go. Oh, that's a badass.
This is the ultimate silent interlude version of Snake Eyes.
True that. True.
They nailed it. They nailed it. 2022, they nailed it. But
they didn't try and sneak in a sword. So, you know, make people have, like, nope, here it is.
Yep.
This is your retro.
I agree with you. Yep.
Cool.
100%.
All right. And a lot of people will agree with you, Baldy, on how amazing this figure was. Your number one of the year is Ripper. We talked about Ripper all night, but we deserve to talk about Ripper. Ripper is one of maybe the best Dreadnought. There's some Zartans that, you know, could keep up with. So I'll tell you what, where does Ripper on your list of Dreadnoughts, where does he stand? Does he stand number one on that list of Dreadnoughts too?
For me,
Baldy.
Yeah, I would say as the trio of original Dreadnoughts, yes, he would be number one. Nobody beats Zartan or Zartan, but he definitely has always been up there for me. I think they killed it. This is again a great modernization of it's almost like he was transported from the 80s, from the Mad Max Roadhouse 80s to present day, and they did a really nice job. I think Bobby said earlier, the half shirt. Yeah, we don't need the half shirt in 2023.
We didn't need it in the 80s. Men never need to have shirts. All right.
No, they don't need to do it, but it's a solid reuse. I think it's Rock and Roll's legs, right? And it's
yes.
Copperhead's upper body, right?
Maybe.
No, it is not. Maybe it is.
You know what?
No, it's a solid reuse. They did a really nice job. And they really brought it into 2023. I think they killed it. And I really did.
I think you're correct. Yes.
Listen, I opened him on camera. I thought that the eye was a defect. I thought I had a QC issue. I missed that live stream where I guess they mentioned it because a lot of people told me that like I must have missed it. But I really thought that was really cool. A lot of people pointed to the last, what was it with Schwarzenegger, the last action hero? The villain in that had the smiley eye contact.
That's true, Diana.
Nice.
So I just thought it was really cool, modern update. I thought that was a jackhammer as a kid. To find out, yeah, right? You did too, right, Tom?
We all did.
Yeah, we all did. I thought it was a jackhammer to find out that it was Jaws of Life, and the fact that they updated it to be battery operated. I just think they killed it with this figure.
They did.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
I mean that's my spiel. I know everybody else has a number one,
Yep.
so I'll stop.
Yeah, we all said it already. Yeah, no, for sure.
You know what's
Absolutely.
funny about the O-ring figure, and everyone thought it was a jackhammer? It's kind of like the Sixth Sense. It's so obvious once you find it out, but nobody thought that's what it was.
That's
But
true.
once you see it as a Jaws of Life, you're like, oh, I was an idiot.
Hello.
Nice. Well,
Agreed.
was that noise? Someone getting a call during the show?
Not
Not
me.
me.
Not over here. It's after midnight. You don't call me this late.
That's me, my bad.
All right, great choices, guys. But yeah, actually, a toy kind of mood
Actually,
had their number one because we have a joint, a toy kind of mood representing Tony and Travis, TNT
Oh,
Dynamite,
Collusion.
in the snow.
Tony and the
It was-
travesty.
The guy in
That's right.
California and Arizona picked the snow guy. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. We don't
Oh,
have snow. We don't have snow.
That's right. Exactly. Well, hey, I'm originally from New England. I'm from Boston.
That's right. He's
so,
from the east side. Yeah.
I'm from Boston. So, but you know what? Before I go on for 2 hours about Snow Job and how great he is, Tony, why don't you do that?
All right. Yeah, man. This one, I don't know. I don't remember having him as a kid because, like, it something to what Punk said. I'm in the desert. I have to make believe my bed sheets are the damn snow and all that stuff. Never did that. Never had him. But this one looks he looks really good, and he reminded me of that. I mean, I'm dating myself, but that's Jedediah Smith. That's Jedediah Smith's head sculpt right there. The Robert Redford. And it looks like Kurt Russell's head too from The Thing. But you got the skis, the snowshoes, the weapons, the backpack. They all go in there. A sniper rifle, his goggles, the different looks you can do with his hood down. I mean, enough said, dude. He's all around awesome. I did think Punk can tell whoever has the 3 3/4 inch. His accessories, well, not his accessories, his pouches and his web gear are black, right? Not brown.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was gonna customize him up and paint him, but I looked at this and I said, nah, I don't have to touch him.
Yeah.
And I was the one who was upset at Bobby when he didn't put the skis on him in his video.
I would have had to pop those mushroom tabs out, and I just wasn't about to do that.
I was waiting. I was watching Bobby's video.
I got them right here for you guys.
He didn't put the skis on. Larry,
hang on. We got.
See what this guy did.
There we go.
There you go.
He's got like a bucket of Joes next to him, like everything, a trunk of Joes.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, how did you grab
Well,
all
my
the
mom
stuff?
told me that I could show them to you guys.
And what else I did with him? I love his. I call him the Oakley goggles. I painted those red and replaced low lights with those. It looks really good. And then I gave the Snow Serpents goggles to Snow Job because they're black. And then I didn't have to do anything with Snow Serpent because he's got the wolf head on him. So it worked out.
Yeah.
No,
if you asked me last year, Tony, with this, I wouldn't even have put this on my top 5 most. I mean, I'd have to go back and watch our most anticipated Joes. But for most anticipated Joes, I mean, maybe unless we got the digital render a year ahead, did we? If we did, then maybe I don't know. But I mean, just the name only, and just from I didn't have it as a kid either. I would never make my list, but just the fact I love functionality, and you can have everything on his person. That's a Punk with Toys line. His person. I like
everything on his person.
Yeah. You can have everything there. They didn't. I'm sorry that the screenshot there doesn't have all the stuff, but yeah, it's just every accessory was great. Mix and match. Like I said, I like. As far as value, I don't care what the price is, but when I get the figure, I want more than meets the eye. I want to have the 2 different looks, the 3 different looks. I like that, the interchanging of things to give it more playability. And then obviously the posing and the photography that people have done is awesome.
Amazing. Was he considered a deluxe figure or no?
Yeah. Slight deluxe, that medium deluxe, $34.99.
Yeah.
And even with the bulky upper body, you can get him firing that sniper looking through the scope.
Absolutely.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
The-
I did it.
The
Same.
stock bends a slight bit, but only if you're really looking at it.
You buy another one, you could. I mean, everybody get your shots ready. I'm gonna say it again. A little gridiron loadout, you can make a frostbite.
Wow, that's a lot of money. I'll just wait till they make frostbite. And
Well,
I can't wait. That's just me. I can't wait.
well, Romo, while we're here playing in the snow, us in Arizona and California, we've got a lot of people asking us why we didn't include Snow Serpent, which is it just goes to show you. I'm going to say this 20 times.
It was really
This
hard.
is the greatest damn toy line, one of the greatest years and modern history. We can't compare it to 80s when we were a kid, but for modern toys, it's mind blowing that we don't have a Snow Serpent, which is like.
but wait a minute.
I mean,
He's right up there with Snow Job.
With the retro Snow Job coming this year on retro card, if they give him the AK-47 and then they give him like that rocket launcher, you might just get it.
Oh, you mean the retro Snow Serpent? You said Snow Job. Okay, yeah.
Okay, Snow Serpent. Sorry.
First of all,
I was like, "Whoa, we have an exclusive."
I know.
I want to make a quick correction. I put.
Yeah, you
Blizzard.
did. I was like, that shit ain't black.
Yeah, that was Blizzards. Sorry, guys. I have them in the same case.
Why you kit bashing right now?
Listen, but the reason Snow Serpent may not have made the list is because he is pretty much Snow Job.
Yeah, dude.
That's another thing too.
You know we're gonna get frostbite. We're gonna get iceberg. It's gonna be badass.
I'll save that question for later. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I'm hitting the wrong ones. Here we go. Here's the Snow Serpent stuff. Hey, the
Snow
chat's on.
Serpent is awesome.
Listen, somebody ruined the Snow Serpent for everyone.
Yeah.
Did I? Sorry. Whoops.
He's up there.
I guess somebody put him as #1 on everything. I don't watch him. You don't watch him.
I don't watch. I don't know what you're talking about.
VI.
Yeah.
A lot of information about VI though. I'm wondering.
Oh, the
I'm
hell
wonder
with-
about you, Punky.
No. I saw on a G.I. Joe forum that someone said like, I don't want to say this isn't the a good figure, but he came in like on someone's like their Grammys or whatever he had. It was like #1 for everything, #1 army builder, #1 loadout. Like everything was #1 because the guy doesn't actually buy the figures.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, right here, look, uses everyone else's weapon. So here's the thing. I didn't put Eel or Serpent, and those are two of my favorite army builders as a kid, whatever, because we're getting a retro carded, which I think will just be I just think it'll be better. We don't like my biggest problem actually with Snow Serpent was the fact that we didn't get 2 figures in the box. There's so many damn accessories and there's 1 figure, and it's fun that you can interact with it. It was like it would be perfect. Like the wolf pelt could be the leader, but I don't need to buy 2 other deluxe boxes just to get 2 more of the body. I just need the body. I don't need all that other stuff. If it was like a 3-pack with all that stuff for whatever, like the Viper price, it would have been amazing.
Rachel just nailed the reason why he was left off all the top 10s.
Okay.
You said Rachel? Oh, here we go. Oh, I'm way behind in the chat. No.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Where am I supposed to put the fucking knife? Now we know where Bobby put the knife.
Yeah, mine went to my missing steel cord.
Did you not see where the knife goes?
He stuck it right in his web gear. He's gonna cut his reserve parachute right off.
I mean, come on. That's where it goes.
Oh boy, carries a reserve everywhere.
But
there is one other spot. There's one other spot that it goes.
In his fucking back.
right in his back.
And then you see that's Snow Job.
That's Snow Job. It goes right in Snow Job's back. You guys don't know that? Come on.
And Bobby B's went with his steel core.
You can make your own Red Dawn in the snow.
I could add something that I think a lot of people's list might have been a bit different if the steel core would have came out in June opposed to after the low light Big Ben time frame. I think those figures were on par with everything, but I think they just got delayed. And then after the Big Ben, Range Viper, and then the low light wave came out, I think the Steel Core was easily dated. So I think the Steel Core would have been, if they would have came out earlier in the year, I think they would have done a lot better as far as people liking them.
There was an order.
I think what killed it. Oh, sorry, Punk. Go ahead.
There was an order mess up. Those things were supposed to come out earlier.
Yeah.
Well, also, wasn't the male figure small?
No.
Smaller than the other one?
Well, his Breaker's legs, that's why. Breaker's kind of small.
Yeah, it's not really small. It's just not as big as some of the other figures. Crazy in this world, people aren't all the same height. I know this because I look up at everyone.
I look down at everybody, so.
Yeah, you do.
We know you do. We've heard the voice. You're just like.
I'm right in the middle.
Louder. He's also, look at this. Why is Bobby so much louder than everybody?
He just is. I'm Bobby B. Welcome to B's Battleground. I'm Bobby B.
I'm Bobby B, and welcome to B's Battlegrounds. Grab your kid.
But dude, that was our list. Amazing list. We'll talk about some of the stuff we missed, but actually before that, rapid fire, one name only. Your most anticipated, because we got that show on the way. We're not going to go too deep. We've already gone almost 3 hours, but one name or one whatever. Romo, go ahead. I'm going to go around the room. Rapid fire.
Out of it, all Joes or that they've announced.
G.I. Joe classified could be name only, digital render. It can't be like some ice cream soldier or something like that. It has to be something they announced.
Something in the pipeline.
Airborne, baby.
Yeah, it could be coming soon, or it could be, and it can't be Mutt and Junkyard, dude, because we got that shit.
Okay,
all right,
turn.
Punk. Go ahead, Punk.
Airborne.
Wow.
Airborne.
Bobby? I'll probably say Big Boa.
Nice. Okay.
Screw Big Boa. Glenda, baby.
I knew it.
Glenda.
I knew it.
Glenda.
And, so a figure that comes with vehicle. Okay, I don't really care about this figure. I just want the vamp. But clutch with vamp, dude. I just want the vamp. I think we're getting all these vehicles and like everything, and it's super really cheating. Too. But the vamp is like, that's easily on my list. Super cheap. What are you gonna do? So let's see what else we have here. We have a question from Toy Bounty Hunter. With the new cards, the updated stock retro cards, do you think they'll re-release Commando Snake Eyes on a better card down the road? That's a question for a Punk with toys.
No, they won't. They refuse to change things in a run these days. So no, there was no reason why they couldn't have done it before when people were bitching about it, especially considering Marvel and Star Wars comes off with these nice cards. So nope.
I just thought this was
funny.
Redfin
said Starduster.
Super late on this comment, but I just like we all thought our moms had a small vibrating lightsaber under her bed. So funny comment. Super late on that though. Sorry. That's
weird.
That.
My mom's wasn't small.
Jesus Christ.
There's a lot about your mom tonight. We're gonna move on from that. Nemesis Immortal. There you go. He can't say it on the show. He has to put it in the chat.
I didn't want to interrupt.
I guess oh no, you're so sweet.
Y'all
so
going
nice.
dreams. They did. Did they say something about Alpine? They did, right?
Yep, Alpine.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, but I don't want to get into. We got a most anticipated episode coming up. I think in a couple weeks, so we don't want to do that. But what figures? We talked about Snow Serpent. How about Tunnel Rat? Now I know you mentioned Night Force Tunnel Rat, but we didn't get Tunnel Rat on this list, and that was pretty widely regarded all year. No, so who wants to take this one?
Tiny hands, and he can't hold his gun properly.
I got him holding a gridiron gun.
How did Tunnel Rat not make our list? That's crazy. No.
Well,
I just like the other ones better. I had
yeah.
I wrote them all down.
Tunnel Rat is in my to open pile, so he's going to make my best of 2024 list if I go by Punk's rules.
Oh man,
I painted those legs. Supposed to be black, baby, but that's not the Night Force. That's the original.
Yeah, you got to switch Night Force and in the regular one, and then you get the real one, right?
See, I get the figures and I actually open them, and I don't Let them sit in box and become Sneaky Pete.
Listen,
Prospect.
my mom only lets me open so many.
Wow.
All right. Were there any other ones? And I'll go around the room. We'll go with you, Romo. You said you rushed your list. Now that we've done a full show, can you think of anything not mentioned, or maybe it was mentioned in the chat? There's a good one right here. How about this one? This I gave a 9 out of 10. 4.5 whiskeys. Did not make my list.
I love Low Light, and I love the retro Snake Eyes. I love both of them. Those would have made
But
it.
that was a 2022 in Italy, man. That doesn't
I know.
count.
See, don't count. Yeah.
Yeah. But all right, cool. All right. Tunnel Rat got ruined for me by a reviewer.
Who, Eric?
Was it any of you guys that ruined?
Spit it out, Eric.
Me? Was it me, Eric?
Go ahead, Punk. Talk to
I like Tunnel Rat, didn't he?
I like Tunnel Rat. He just has small
Yeah.
hands. He can't hold the guns. That's my biggest gripe about him. I like him because he's shorter than the rest of the figures.
Yes.
My favorite
Larry Hama.
comment.
That's modeled after Larry Hama, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
Yep. My favorite comment in the entire chat. We just did a 3-hour show with the reviewers. Don't listen to reviewers. That's what you just did for 3 hours. Love you, Todd.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to back him up. Listen,
yeah,
we're here to kind of highlight as we get stuff, and we're trying to have fun with you guys. But don't listen if you have your mind made up. If you have favorite characters, if
Absolutely.
you just want to enjoy it, enjoy it. That's the whole point. I think that G.I. Joe, the reason that so many people like G.I. Joe is because it has always touched different demographics. It has always touched different racial backgrounds. It has touched so many different people. It's been diverse. They've been woke since 1982. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That they're just fun. So listen, if you enjoy G.I. Joe, get what you want and try and enjoy it. This is an escape from reality. Try and have fun.
Please stop talking about G.I. Joes touching people. My G.I. Joes have never touched me.
Have you not taken them in the bath? Because I've taken all my eels in the bath.
Yes, but I don't let them touch me there.
Yeah. Shadow Tracker was Tony Romo's honorable mention. We all had a little love for Shadow Tracker.
Well, I don't have it, so
I don't have it either.
Exactly.
I'm on the way tomorrow. Damn it, I'll be at work.
What's the other one here?
I hate that. Yes.
Another comment, and I'm missing.
I hate when I'm not here.
Oh, here we go.
See the delivery guys like a mess. You have a whole day off. And
Arctic Bat had so many QC issues. I couldn't even put it.
Oh, I didn't get one.
He had many problems with it, but yours did.
Parts, accessories that didn't want to stay on, and then he didn't work with 2 of the other bats.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. I saw you.
You're right with the neck peg.
But I had both of mine were very loose. And I love the original bat.
I only had a QC issue with the backpack. They were a little loose for the accessories to stay in.
That was a huge issue.
Mm-hmm.
But there's not a lot of times where I hold my figures upside down, so I don't really care.
But the hand would fall out, and that sits upside down
off his body.
No.
Oh, and like the side one. I get what you're saying.
Oh, okay, yes, okay.
Yeah, that would fall down. But my figures, both, and I had 2 of them. Both of them were loose. So
okay,
yeah, and then I hated the fact that I couldn't swap the heads and stuff. Even like the chest plates didn't fit. They would. That chest plate is different from the first 2 bats.
McFly, where you been? Torpedo's been all over this bitch.
Yeah, Torpedo is. There's a couple comments for Torpedo. He's been mentioned earlier. If you want to catch the replays, I think it'll be pretty fun. So go check that out later on. But yeah, actually, forget figures. The most important question I have for you guys is, who's going to Joe Fest with me? I know Romo is. He's going to be my roommate. We got room for one more. Who's going? I know I've asked all of you. Joe Fest, anyone? I think Punk, you just announced on that show with Ryan that you would not be going. You told everybody 6 months ahead. You sure?
He's trying.
That is not what I said.
He's trying.
I never said I wasn't going.
Well,
said
you made
I'm
it
not-
seem like more than likely you weren't going. So yes, you did not announce it.
I honestly
fuck with
like
you.
I won't know until we get closer.
You won't know till June 20th. And then you'd be like, hey, you still get that couch?
Honestly,
Yeah.
honestly
Marauder
like, that's how PowerCon worked with me.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
you
Trav,
drove there.
Trav, I told you that June 21st is my wedding anniversary. So, yes,
Yeah,
I'm
celebrate it at
in.
Joe Fest.
I'm in.
You're
All right.
in. You're
Gotta get
in.
Bobby over there. We gotta get Bobby on. We gotta go Bobby to go.
Yeah, what's up?
I
with
went last year
Mr.
and
B?
it was a blast. I'd love to go this year, but I'm trying to think of how to phrase this without talking about my job. There's a lot of moving pieces around with my job, and we won't be able to pick vacations until March or April.
Oh,
so
hell.
Okay.
so I'll be cutting it close.
Yeah, because I've spoken to Ed about doing some possible panels. I know there's a lot of new guests. There's some turnover here. He's gonna have some big announcements coming up. I don't have any insight to that. I'm guessing things that are way out of left field. Like imagine if Hasbro's there. I don't know, because it's like it seems like he's losing a lot of guests to the DFW Dallas Fort Worth show. So I'm like, he's got an announcement. The only thing that would work would be, I mean, maybe obviously having Larry back, but he's already got Sarge, he's got Gridiron. I'm like, but who else is there? I mean, I'm guessing Four Horsemen, but they're not Joe and they're not military toys, but they are big.
Marauders, they'll be there.
Marauders
was already announced. But I'm thinking like who
Uh,
is there any chance in
who
hell
he has up his
Hasbro
sleeve.
could be there? Huh?
No.
Like you're saying, like who he has up his sleeve. I don't know.
Right. I'm saying the only announcement would be like having Lenny and Tony or something like that. But like I don't possible?
Because I think Skeletron goes.
Skeletron probably go.
And then I'm sure that Monster Force, who are they? Eagle, whatever. The Monster Force people will be there.
Fresh Monkey Fiction.
Fresh Monkey Fiction.
Yeah, because they work with Gridiron. Gridiron does their weapon.
And then
So
I guess
Figure's going to be there.
I think Ken's going to go for the D17.
Yeah, Delta 17 is going to be there.
Delta 17 will be there. I don't know about the other Kickstarters.
No, this is a good guess right here because they're doing O-ring.
Maybe Super 7. Yes. Yeah.
I think Super 7 has actually confirmed they're going to be there.
I think so too.
Art Stewart's going to go.
Nice.
Hey,
I can't wait to meet a lot of you guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. Mezco, they don't do anything. They do Comic-Con actually.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, Skybound would be good. Skybound would be great. It makes sense because the comics are great right now.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. But what about, so I guess we're all in limbo except Baldy, who just left, did say he would be going and Romo was going. So hey, 3 out of 5 ain't bad.
Well, I am gonna try and go. I'm not. Okay. I mean, again, I know I mentioned the setback with the car, but there's also a lot of other things. It's my son's graduation this year, so I got to plan that. Right. It's not really. It's not very expensive to go there.
No.
No. But again, if you're going to go there, I mean, yeah, I want to meet people, but I'm also probably going to want to look for things that
you want to have money.
I want to pick up.
Sure. Yeah.
But I am right now. I'm trying to make it work.
Nice.
So
awesome. Hopefully we can all be there, and hopefully, if Hasbro doesn't go, it's in June. I was thinking a Joe Fest June panel with us. How great would that be? We talk about everything because it's almost the end of June. We'll know the HasLab, and we'll probably know some big stuff that Hasbro says, and we can kind of be an unofficial panel. We'll find out what we can do and what we can't do. Maybe Lenny can go on video for us, and whatever. I don't know. It'd be
Chris
awesome.
McLeod gonna go?
What's up?
Chris McLeod gonna go?
He doesn't go to that. I think he goes to assembly required AR.
Oh yeah, but Patrick's going.
Well, maybe he would this year. I mean, he just got his house, so I mean, he's kind of settled there.
Well, then I would get fired from my own panel. It would be Chris. But yeah, maybe he's a full force, But look, I just think we're in a renaissance period for Joe. Some people don't like it. Some people aren't open to it. That's why a lot of them are going to this other show. And I think maybe it's time classified. We just spent a 3-hour show talking about figures that didn't make our list. So I think it's time to bring it to a convention. There's Comic-Con and stuff, and then the Pulse Digital, but Joe Fest shouldn't just be 118 or independent. We should be talking about the biggest toy line, hottest toy line. I mean, not the hottest toy line going right now at a Joe Fest.
There's
I
Patrick.
think Hasbro
Just said it. Not sure if Chris will go yet.
Yeah, I think Hasbro misses out. It to me, it was the same thing as Mattel pulling out of doing PowerCon. It's not. I mean, someone is doing this event for you. All you have to do is show up. Mm-hmm. They're saying, "Hey, here's the biggest event revolving around your brand that we all love. We're not even making you pay to set it up. Just show up." And Hasbro won't even do it. Just like Mattel when they pulled out of PowerCon, you know.
Right. It's at the end of the day, it's all dollars and cents.
Oh
right?
Yeah.
So, but beyond that, we're fans and critics and content creators. We don't care about that. But this gives us a chance to talk about this stuff in front of an audience in person, and it would be fun. And I'm sure we're allowed to. We're not saying we work for Hasbro. We can talk crap about the stuff we don't like. I think they're talking about 118 stuff. We could talk about 112. I think no one stepped up and done that. And I think a panel at Joe Fest with you guys who study this thing like it's the Bible would be amazing.
I think it would be a lot of fun. I mean, it's free advertising, and it's a community, right? We all have a story. We all have a reason that we collect G.I. Joe. There's a reason that we got into classified. There's a reason. There's a place for it. I absolutely agree with that.
And we're doing it for Lenny, Tony, Emily, we're doing it for the developers. I mean, letting people go, laying people off. Like, we're not shilling for a corporation. We're shilling for these people who are nice enough to do these direct live streams. They talk to us on social media. They repost our reviews. They've been on our shows. They're good people who make great products. So we don't like what the evil people do above them who are just fixated with business and money. We care about the actual people who are making it and offer a lot of passion to this amazing industry that we're, so in love with.
But even so, for me, like, I just want to go to meet the people, like meet people that I've become friends with. PowerCon was so much fun because I met Oz, Hella Dope Toys, Travis from Hexastack, and a bunch of other people. And, it was just fun. Like, you actually get to meet these people. Then you can finally tell people they're not just online friends. They're real friends. I've met them in real life. It's no longer that Canadian girlfriend that you had in high school that you're like, oh, I have a girlfriend. She's in Canada. And Moody's the only one that
know her. She speaks French.
The rest of us are close enough to Canada that we could say that. Tony he had a Mexican girlfriend in Arizona there. But
me too.
Actually,
you too.
I mean, in real life, but yeah.
But yeah, it's just like that's the fun of it.
I think that's a good opportunity. I will tell you that in the communities, I know I'm sarcastic. I know that I push the envelope.
No, you don't.
But I've made so many great friends, and just talking to you guys, I've talked to Bobby a little bit, and I'm starting to get to know Bobby. But I've talked to.
We're fans of some interesting news channels.
Yes, some really interesting stuff, and I just think that there's a really good community here, and I have some ideas to expand it to the next generation. I got to sit in with the big minds at Hasbro, but I think we all have great ideas, right? We all have good ideas to kind of get the next generation involved. Otherwise, we might be the last generation of G.I. Joe. So let's enjoy each other, right?
Right.
Let's have fun with the community.
Let's meet each other. Go have drinks, but I gotta have a pop with Larry.
You can drink. You can drink all you want. I just don't.
I know. I just think you don't have a drink. So.
I drank a shit ton when I was there.
That's right. Oh, me, you, and Moody.
And I've heard that
Moody already got fucked up.
I've heard that Ken drinks a lot.
Yeah, Ken is a drinker.
That's how Ken and I actually met. Is we were both hammered.
He told
No
me.
shit.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
There was another person. We're not going to mention who they were because they weren't on their best behavior, and that guy ended up me and that guy are friends now. But he wasn't doing too hot that night.
Uh-oh. I want to hear that story later.
Yeah,
nothing.
that's an after show story.
Yeah, that's a
But look,
yeah.
we'll say it. Hopefully, I'll see you guys all at Joe Fest. That would be awesome if we do a panel like this, but we're maybe talking about our favorite figures for the first 6 months of the year, and then talking about the news of Yojo June. Just a little 45 minutes. Be a lot of dope. So a lot of dope fun, and then stuff we're going to do a gridiron. So hopefully, look forward to that, guys. But before we go, what's up?
Even if nothing official happens, just the way that Joe Fest works with just everyone hanging out in the lobbies and everything. It
Absolutely. Yeah.
It could be
just meeting you guys,
great time
hanging out,
regardless.
having a beer,
Even
giving
just
each other hugs.
anybody just coming over and hanging out.
I don't think people want to sit in a panel and listen to me talk. I'm just saying that.
They do it for 3 hours on Monday.
Yeah, they can walk away and be like, this
Consistently.
motherfucker really doesn't shut up.
Well, that's why we're gonna have 4 people on the panel and not just one. So you could, but I'm sure
we're gonna have
you'll get
Matson
your
and
shit in.
Spec meet each other.
Yeah. Well, that's a cage match. It's, unofficial MMA cage match on the
Joe
last
Fest
Saturday
fight
night.
night.
So yeah, exactly. Can't wait. Yeah, and Baldy's the referee. So his zebra outfit with that long ass beard. I can't
That'd be
wait.
awesome.
It'd be dope.
Straight MMA
All right.
referee.
We're coming on 3 hours, so I'm going to let these boys go. But before that, we're going to hit up with go follow all of these fine gentlemen here. We got at Bees Battlegrounds on Instagram. We got him on, of course,
nice.
on YouTube. There we go. He's got like 5 videos and already has like 1,000 more subscribers than us. So yeah,
but he wears mesh in his videos.
Yeah.
So
yeah, there you go. Go check out Bees Battlegrounds, Instagram and YouTube, and then a punk. Now it's a punk with underscore toys
toys.
A man from the island got him banned. So
fucking
that dirty bastard.
Yeah. So anyway, go
filthy lying bitch.
Yeah, you may have to refollow. Oh, before you go, I see Diana Davis here. So I gotta say, here we go. Got Duke number 1 on.
Yeah, she's the keeper.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go pick it up.
She's the keeper of the
I'm gonna go pick it up.
continuity.
It better be good.
Yeah, go check it
rocks.
out. So
I'm in.
we got that. Cool. And then go refollow Punk with Toys, because I'm sure you're following his older one. So it's a Punk with underscore toys, and then of course on YouTube where he does videos every single day.
Nice.
So
and the old Instagram is great because when someone sends me a message, I see it pop up on my phone. But if God forbid, I click it, it sends me into a fucking black hole
purgatory
of trying to get off of it to get back onto one of my other accounts, whether it be my personal one or my new one. Because Instagram doesn't want to let you off it.
And actually, there was a question about, and we were caught up in a conversation. So I guess we're gonna go over 3 hours because Rachel said, "You guys were to cosplay. What character will you be?" And someone gave us answers. So I'll let everyone answer, and then I'll put the comment with answers.
Hard now.
I was Chuckles at Comic-Con. I didn't really try hard. I just wore a Hawaiian shirt. But yeah, anyway. So go ahead. You guys just jump up and say who you'd go as.
Tony's in the middle at the top. Let's go with Tony.
Yeah. Okay. I'll be Snake Eyes.
That's good.
Just to wear a mask. Cool.
Punk.
Stalker. He's from Detroit.
All right, I think I'm up
Robert
next.
Downey Jr. can do it, so can I.
I think technically, if we're going clockwise, go ahead, Bobby.
If we're going from where I'm from, I'd go Steeler, but I'd probably go like just rock and roll, I guess. I don't know. Never really thought about it.
And I think it's kind of obvious. I think most of you guys will figure this out, but Scarlet easily. You guys
I'll be Apsara.
I have an hourglass figure.
You're a rat. You're a rat.
You're a rata.
I'll be Fiona. Just biting everything.
So
Nominate Punk to go as Retro Gung Ho.
I don't think Top Blender realizes how short I really am.
Bobby B is Clutch. Baldy is Taurus. Okay. Tony is Daltone. Moody is Shipwreck. That'll work.
Yeah, I'll be Mood Wreck. There you go. I'll be Mood Wreck. So there you go.
Mike up here.
Works for me.
I'll be
we have
either Daltone or Mainframe. Mainframe's from Phoenix.
Nice.
There you go. That works. All right. What else we got? We got BaldyLockz Reviewz. BaldyLock with a Z _ Reviewz with a Z. Go check him out. Give him some more followers on the IG.
The bald one.
It's a great dude. Total awesome creative guy. Lots of fun posts. So go check out his YouTube channel. Hopefully he, as you can see, it was 3 weeks ago. He last did a post. He's been locked in his mom's
He's
basement.
on you, then.
No, because I love his stuff. I'm a fan.
I know, I
I'm
love
a
his
fan of
stuff
all
too.
of you guys. So I want you know, I know
It's a lot of
what
work.
happens.
I'm going to
It's a
tell
lot
you
of work.
real quick. It's going to be it's going to be family, friends, work, and then YouTube.
Of
So
course.
I'm
Oh,
trying. I am definitely trying. Alexa is trying to talk to me right now.
You were just talking about family. I'm like, oh, here
trying
we
to
go.
talk to Larry's beautiful hair.
But yeah. Priorities. I got to work on time management. I think Punk has always said it the best is that consistency is key. So that is something I will work on in 2024.
Same. Usually I do one video a month. I got 4 in a row. I think 4 days in a row of video. So trying hard.
No, Punk's been a great Punk. You've been a great mentor.
Awesome mentor.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Hey, listen, I feel like I missed something by not being on Monday.
Everybody
I
was
don't know
looking
what to
for
do
you.
at work.
Yeah.
I always have you playing in the background.
Oh, that's right. I missed 2 days this whole year on Mondays.
I get a whole custom done by having Punk show on for 3 hours.
That's amazing.
Tony's told me that he listens to you while he does customs, man. It's consistency, and I would like to do that myself. So I'm gonna try.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try better, guys.
That's why I have like 4 or 5 co-hosts, so I don't have to do it every week. Shout out to our Bobby B. All right, Bobby Bear, because he saves my ass half the time. And so it allows me to
on TikTok too.
Yeah, it does a TikTok, so it allows me. But yeah, speaking of those socials, we got Tony's Figs, one of the greatest, if not the greatest, the classified customizer, most consistent customizer in the game. Go check him out, Tony's Figs. You can find him on Tony's Figs there on Facebook, Tony's_Figs. And hopefully he'll have a YouTube channel in 2024, right? That's something that's happening. And then us, a Toy Kind of Mood. If you're new to the channel and you're a fan of these guys, and now you're maybe a fan of us, go check it out. So we're trying harder to get more content up, and I think that's shown in the last couple months. We've really busted out more short content and more social media content. So go check us out, and then subscribe, give us a like and subscribe, and we'll really love you forever. So that's it. But guys, thank you so much. What an amazing episode 150. We made it, Romo. We made it to 150, but we couldn't have done it without these guys. And that was our G.I. Joe Classified top, and we can't wait to do it all over again, hopefully at Joe Fest.
Yeah, thank you for having us, and thank you to everybody who's in the chat. I mean, you guys are what make us kind of want to do this, right?
Hey, I say it on my live stream every single Monday. If it wasn't for the chat, I'm not going 3+ hours alone. It's the community that makes everything fun. If it was just people that were commenting on stuff that I said or the figures, it'd be really boring. But the community that we've all helped grow and them getting to know each other and ripping on each other and ripping on me or whoever, it makes this fun. And
Bobby B is much better looking than I thought he was going to be.
And younger.
Thanks.
Any parting words, Bobby?
Just appreciate everything you guys all do and stuff. I watch everybody's videos all the time, especially on those, I don't want to say the S word, slower nights at work. So
don't say that.
I'm off for 3 days, so it's okay. But yeah, I like I appreciate all the community input from both. I'm trying to be in everyone's chats when they're live, and then if I don't catch it live because I'm busy at work, I usually try to watch the replay the next day. So
awesome. We really appreciate that. Yeah, that's what's up, Baldy.
I'm just going to throw a hooded Cobra Commander in here.
Very nice.
So that's my my custom crimson.
It's awesome.
Crimson Head.
So listen, if they're not going to make it yourself. All right.
Racist.
That's what Tony's here. Right.
That's what
Awesome.
I do.
Make
Trying
it
to tell y'all.
yourself. If it brings you enjoyment, make it yourself.
Nailed it. All right.
That's
Well, we
every
hope
night
you
in
guys.
bed.
What was that?
That's what I say every night in bed.
oh, Jesus.
And we've come full circle. We've come full circle.
Oh,
Episode
anyways.
150.
Anyways,
Yo, Joe, baby. G.I. Joe Classified. It was a hell of a year. We hope you enjoyed our live stream and our reviews. Go check out everyone on the channel and like and subscribe to the video. We really appreciate it. But it's episode 150, Toy Kind of Mood. We'll catch you guys in the toy aisle. For Travis Moody, that's a peace.